with the pen, I'm learning life. My verse is divine, words inspiring, perfect time, nurtured right. Them man there be learning life, rehearsing life. Trust me, far from certified. Acting while you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ups to feel like that Jurgen guy on Merseyside.
Dumbass forgot to put myself in the fucking stream. Right, big up everybody. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. As always, big up everybody. Plenty to get into in today's video. Weird Mbappe links out of nowhere. Vague ones as well, like before anyone thinks that we're seriously investing in him, or that he might actually come in January. That shit definitely ain't happening. But we can discuss the probability of it happening, or the potential of it happening in the summer. We can dream a little bit. There's plenty of other topics to get into as well. Zakaria could be going back in January. We could be getting an all or nothing Chelsea series, which I never thought we would have seen in the Abramovich era, but I'm not surprised that they've turned their noses back around here again, especially with how chaotic this club can be. There's Bellingham links. There's Pavard links as well, but those are a bit more quiet. It's because we've usually been linked with Pavard too. But yeah, big up everybody that is locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. Got nearly 100 of you guys in here already. We got a super chat already as well. Before we go into all that, a super chat gets you into the lottery for the Chelsea away kit. We're going to be finishing the lottery for that at the end of the month. So any super chat, any amount gets you in with a chance of winning a free Chelsea away kit. Check out Jerseys FC as well. They're the ones behind the away kit lottery as well. And for any quality and affordable football kits, check out in the description below and use the code CarefreeLewisG for 20% off any and all orders. Also, check out Flawless's video, Prayer for the Ops, down in the description below as well. And yeah, all the housekeeping is done now. Araf says the Danish Mustafi is rotting in Europa. Love to see it. Hey, Barca might be going bust as a result of that. I don't know how many more levers they can pull out their ass to save themselves. But I told you guys in the summer, this season they had to be successful. Otherwise, economically, they are fucked. And that might mean we could get him back on a free. So I don't mind. Plus, fuck Barcelona. All the times they were mocking us, taking the piss out of how they hijacked Koundé, they hijacked Rafinha, they kept Dembele and all of that nonsense. They just hijacked Europa League football from us. So who the fuck cares? He who laughs last laughs loudest, and that's why I didn't give a shit about what Barcelona was saying anyway. They had to be successful this season, and we already knew they weren't winning La Liga. So now they're not even winning the Champions League. They are fucked. They're fucked. What else is everyone saying? Chromosome says would be fun with an all or nothing Chelsea. Depends on the season. Depends on the season, bro. Over 100 of you guys in here already. Hit the like button, people. Bobby says, big up Lewis. Good to be back watching the stream. San Siro looked lit. San Siro is such a beautiful ground. Can't believe they're going to knock it down in a year or two. You don't get grounds with an aura like that. Not regularly. Like, the only ground that even comes close is probably the new camp from where I've been to personally. But even then, the new camp didn't really hit the same. And plus, we weren't getting battered by police in Italy the same way we were getting done in Barcelona. So it kind of killed the vibe a bit. Reece James will be back for United's game, hopefully. Yeah, that's going to make the next two games a bit tougher, but is what it is. We do need to get wing back depth. That's why if these Pavard rumors are true, I'm all for it. Like, you could say whether you rate the quality of the player or not. They don't have to be better than Reece James. They just have to be okay. They've got to be good. And Pavard fills that, at least for us. Big up Nikoi, Kushal, Noah, Yashir, Catman. Pradil saying, how the fuck are we able to afford Mbappe? Oh, if this ever did happen, expect someone else to go the other way. Especially knowing Bowley loves them sort of swap deals. Like, send them any forward. You can have, if I was the owner, I'd be like, you can have two of Pulisic, Havertz, and Ziyech. If anything, if you want all three, you can have all three. And see how much that could lower it for us. I'm sure, like, Pulisic, you could get about 50 million off. Ziyech, you could get about 30. Havertz, you could get about 50, 60. Be a decent amount you could take off that. Kushal, big up yourself, Nikoi. What else? Lewis, on Chelsea Fan TV, when you was talking about Reece James back up, why didn't anyone talk about Adama? You wouldn't mind be. You're probably talking about the podcast, and for that podcast, I was on like 3 hours sleep in 2.5 days. I just wanted to do that podcast and go to bed. So yeah, I might have missed a player or two, but my brain weren't switched on. It weren't switched on. But Adama would be a good rotation option for us. I've been saying that on these streams for like the last year and a half. I think he'd be a great option for us, but it's late. It's late, but better late than never. Justice for 09. Damn fucking right, bruv. Also, thank you for reminding me of that too, because every time I think of it, my day's ruined. JC says, have you seen the third kit Nike Tech fleece? Looks beautiful. Looks really nice, but I'm still not getting it right now. I'm going to wait till Black Friday sales or something. Can't be bothered for it. What do you feel about Mbappe joining in the summer? See, any links with us potentially getting him in January is a load of arse. Although, were we even linked with him in January, or was it just in general? Let me have a quick scroll through my bookmarks. Where is it? Yeah, it's nothing about January. Okay, good. Because I was going to say, January is hella unrealistic on both sides. But yeah, Julian Lawrence said Chelsea are serious contenders to sign Mbappe. Todd Bowley wants a superstar, hence why he wanted to sign Ronaldo, and they would have the money. He also says anyone that could bring Mbappe a good project financial-wise and football-wise, he will be listening. Now, we know we've seen all the chaos that's been coming out of PSG the last week or so. Mbappe apparently wants to leave after his relationship with the club's broken, allegedly due to false promises over the role that he'd be playing for the side. I think he plays up front for them, but he wants to be coming off the left wing instead. I think Neymar's in that position. And Neymar and Messi have had better seasons than Mbappe anyway, so that probably feeds into a bit more as well. But after signing a contract like that, I'd be very surprised if they just let him leave after a year or two. And if they do, he's probably being that unbearable that they would rather just get rid of him. Because you're hearing all of this noise from the third best player out of your 3 attacking options this season. You don't want to hear that sort of energy, but then you don't give him the keys to PSG like you literally just did in the summer. If he does want to leave, I get Bowley putting his name on the deal early because the guy's wanted a superstar signing since joining us. And compared to bringing in Ronaldo, which I've already said is a very unrealistic move for us now, it doesn't benefit us. We have a goal scorer. We have a Aubameyang. We do not need another one who's older and who offers less than what Aubameyang would offer us. Aubameyang's been way better than a lot of people even expected him to be. We don't need to bring in a 38-year-old. Mbappe, though, makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. The only thing I'd understand people having issues with is his attitude, but I get it. I get it on that front. And he'd come in being our highest earner, and that might be an issue for the dressing room as well, compared with his attitude. But we're not going to bend over for him the same way PSG would. We probably give him favorable wages. We probably give him, I don't know, good bonuses and stuff like that. We treat him really nicely. We would. We wouldn't give him control over transfers or a say in the new manager or the tactics or whatever bullshit that PSG's given them, because he's literally given them full authority. So I also think that plays into a part of his attitude problems as well. When you give a young player that sort of control, no wonder they're going to become a self-centered prick. No fucking wonder. So I ain't surprised by all of that. My only thing with this Mbappe situation is Potter has to say yes to it. If Potter doesn't say yes to it, if he doesn't want him, which I would be very surprised by, but I'm just saying it for just looking at every single situation. If he doesn't want him, then leave it, because we've been in this situation enough times where we've brought in a player that has come off a massive amount of hype, is hyped as a generational talent, but the manager hasn't asked for them, and it hasn't worked. Look at when we brought in the likes of Lukaku, but Tuchel didn't ask for him. Havertz, but Lampard didn't ask for him. Who else? You go further back. Torres, Shevchenko, Morata. Conte didn't ask for Morata. Who else? Who else? There's probably other names in the comment section below, but the point still stands. When you bring in a high quality player at a big price like that, and the manager doesn't specifically ask for them, it makes its own problems. And that's my only question mark on it. Other than that, if we're in for him, fucking bring him into the club immediately. Bring him into the club immediately. I might do, but I'm not going to do it right now. But let me know what you guys are saying. 5 million for Ziyech, that bum is worth a packet of peanuts. Right now, I get it. I'm watching on Chelsea Fan TV since being interviewed by... Oh, that prick. No, he's a good fan, good to watch, and Eunice. I'm going to guess that's Eunice, bro. I'm only going to take it as Eunice, bro. Big up Flawless, my guy. Big up. Need to get the idea of Mbappe coming. Ain't ever happening, ever. If he really wants to leave, though, I do believe Chelsea's a genuine option for him. Like, Madrid, he might have burnt his bridges there. Might have. But I only say might, because if he comes back on sale, I wouldn't blame Perez for being shameless and completely doing a U-turn on him. But Bayern, I'd be surprised if he goes to. No one in France is going to afford him. No one in Italy is going to afford him. City have Haaland. And I don't think Pep likes players with that sort of character anyway. Liverpool, I don't think they can afford him. United, they need to seriously improve before Mbappe considers that personally. Arsenal, no, he has standards. Spurs, ha. So Chelsea are one of the only options. Realistically, it would be Chelsea, Bayern, or Madrid. And I'd be surprised if he goes to Bayern. I just wouldn't really see that transfer happening personally. So if it's not Madrid, I could see it being Chelsea. I realistically could. But it's only if Mbappe seriously wants to leave. And there's a long season ahead. Long season ahead. Wouldn't want Mbappe, to be honest. And if Zakaria goes, we need a DM in January. But who's available? Fucking Alvarez. Sangare signed a new deal. Who else are we linked with? Oh, my head's fried. There's other names, but my head's fried. I've completely forgot about our other DM options. Attitude, transfer fee, and wages. Oh Lord. What is Mbappe's wages? Let me have a. It's probably something fucking ridiculous. But what is his wages? Let's see. 50 million euros annual salary. What the fuck? So it's about $1 million a week. Yeah, you probably have to take a serious pay cut. Is it $1 million a week? What the fuck? 413k a week. Okay. He'd probably take something similar at Chelsea. Because Bowley wants that superstar signing so bad, I could see him pay that. I really could see him pay that. I'm not reading that one. A year later, he leaves after Chelsea fails to win the UCL. I'm not sure about that because he would have forced his way out of PSG time ago if that's the case. He would kill our dressing room. I don't want him. Would he? Would he really? Like, there's attitude problems, and then there's being genuinely toxic and killing the dressing room. Like, I don't want to overstate it. Having an attitude problem doesn't mean you're going to absolutely rip the dressing room apart as soon as you walk into there. You're going to be a bit of a prick to deal with sometimes if things don't go your way. Probably. I don't know if it's going to be a case where he just kills us. Again, I think people just have a bit too much Lukaku PTSD on this, which is understandable, but two completely different players, probably two completely different attitudes too. But I mean, also Loki, Lukaku was right about the system, so I don't even want to say too much. What else is everyone saying? Big up the Queen, as always. Thank you for the hoodie as well. Love. Flawless says, oh yeah, big up Flawless. Harrison saying, Lewis, I want the all or nothing doc to happen when we challenge for the league or Champions League. You can't predict that though. You really can't predict that. Like, you'll either have a City all or nothing, where you just boss the league and it's just a giant flex, or you have an Arsenal all or nothing, where you're just sitting there for the whole summer, just like, fuck, this documentary is going to come up and we're going to get ripped apart. But we're Chelsea, innit? We live on chaos. Any all or nothing documentary in the Roman era in any year except for 14-15 or 16-17 would have been absolute chaos. Last year, you have the sanctions and the Lukaku saga. The year before, you have the Lampard sacking and lockdown and us winning the Champions League. Year before that, you got the whole Lampard situation and us going into lockdown, the whole David Luiz fallout. What else? All the signings we were sorting out during lockdown as well. 18-19, you got the Sarri fallout and him having issues with the fans. I was getting battered everywhere across England. 17-18, Conte falling out with the board. 15-16 was just his own car crash. What else do you have? 13-14, where Jose is just taking hella suspensions because he's just sending for every journalist and every referee imaginable. 12-13, you got the whole Benitez saga and Di Matteo getting sacked. 11-12, you got Villas-Boas getting sacked. 10-11, you got Ancelotti getting sacked in the dressing room. Any other year would have been fucking chaos. I don't know what it'd be like this year, but even if it was a chaotic season, I'm here for it. I want to see one all or nothing documentary for Chelsea. Because you know there'd be some fuckery. It is 1 mil a week. Fucking hell. That is mad. Yeah, I don't know if we'd pay all of that. But I only say I don't know because I can't predict Bowley like that. Like, we were talking like we knew him for the whole summer, and then out of nowhere, Tuchel got sacked. So I don't know. Maybe we would, maybe we wouldn't, but I'm sure we're putting our name into the hat if Mbappe is there. Couch just sign him up. Facts. Like, as a player, like, no one can even turn their noses up at him. Again, look at half of our attackers. Send any two out of Ziyech, Havertz, and Pulisic, and I'm happy. How would you feel if Graham Potter wants Lukaku next season? This is why we need an all or nothing talk. This is exactly why. Because this sort of fuckery would happen. I don't know. Because Lukaku would do a lot better the way we're playing. That's facts, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. But he's probably burnt his bridges so badly that there's no way it would ever work. The fans wouldn't take to him unless he was scoring consistently or providing a regular impact. He'd have to literally suck his pride up and apologize immediately. He'd have to do a lot of apologies. Probably to the players, to the club in general. And would he do that? Would a player of that attitude do it? I don't know. But would Potter bring him in? If it wasn't for the drama or anything, I could see it happen. But now I think it's not going to happen. I think it's way too unlikely. Way too unlikely. Jorginho's agent pushing Barca talk again. Well, what did he say? I saved it, but I didn't look at it properly. His contract's expiring in June, but our priority is to negotiate with Chelsea, so we're on it. Barca, maybe I spoke with him, or maybe about other players. I was there as also in Madrid, Lyon, Valencia. It's my job. I don't know what he's saying that is wrong or anything. Like, he's got a year left of his contract. Of course, his agent's going to be going around talking to other players, to other clubs. From what we've heard about Jorginho's contract situation, we haven't even started talking to him. So if we haven't even begun contract negotiations, don't blame him for talking to other clubs and seeing what they're offering. What do you want? I can't say anything about that. All or nothing Chelsea would be the end of that series. It wouldn't be topped by any other club. Maybe Barca. Yeah, we need a Barca all or nothing immediately. Because that'll probably be the last one that club ever has. And it would be fucking box office. I would love it. And at the end of it, we'll pick up Christensen on a free. What a beautiful ending. Everyone goes home happy. Yeah, what else is everyone saying? Why are we worried about his wages? Would you turn down... You know what? That's a very fair fucking point. Who cares? Who actually? That's what I'm bringing it up, like just to talk about all aspects of it. But realistically, if Bowley doesn't care about the wages, I don't care because I already know how good the player is. Doesn't mean shit to me. And in terms of any of the other attackers, Sterling got the wages he wanted. Aubameyang got the wages he wanted. Everybody else is dog shit, and they can't chat shit. If I hear the likes of Pulisic or Ziyech or Havertz complaining that they aren't earning as much as Sterling or Aubameyang or Mbappe if he joins us, show them the door. Not even nicely, just show them the door. So yeah, you're completely correct on that. An all or nothing doc when Lampard was in charge would have been awesome. Just PR getting churned out while we get battered by the top sides. Can't believe you would call that awesome, seeing how much you hate him. But fairs. Lukaku would do better in our current system, but it would be a bridge too far. That's the thing. I don't think it's realistic. I don't think it's a realistic move. If you talk about whether the player would do better, yes, he'd do much better here. But I don't know if it would happen now. He's at Inter. God knows what he's doing there, but just let him go there. Is what it is. Oh yeah, guess what? Yeah, PSG gave him some mad contract. Fucking craziness. Although he probably asked for similar terms as well, though, because that's what he's used to. Mbappe's... I doubt it as well, because you don't bend over for a guy that much to let him go in a year. That would be very surprising. But if he's that much of a ball ache to deal with, I could see it happen. I won't say it's impossible, but I would be very surprised if he leaves. And if he does leave, I do think Chelsea's another option. I did see we were linked with Bellingham as well. Sport Build said Chelsea have notified Dortmund they're willing to pay more than 100 million to sign him. And we've spoken about it before. I expect to see us linked with him all season. And we already know Liverpool, Madrid, and Man City are all interested in him as well. But I only think Chelsea and Liverpool make the most sense. City and Madrid's midfields are already sorted. They're already stacked. And I don't think he gets into them immediately. Especially, what is it? Especially Man City's, because with Guardiola's system and his style of playing, how long it takes for players to fully understand what he wants of them, he wouldn't start immediately. Whereas for Chelsea and Liverpool, he's getting thrown straight into the starting lineup. Straight into it. So I think us and Liverpool are the only two realistic clubs in that mark. Is 100 worth it for him? I'm not too sure. Again, I wouldn't pay that much for Rice, so I can't say the same energy for Bellingham when he hasn't even played in the Premier League yet. But we need to reinforce our midfield, and Bellingham would be a brilliant long-term option for us. Strengthens our midfield, especially with the uncertainty of Kante and Kovacic's situation and their availability. It would be a great move for us. I'd worry about the price tag potentially putting pressure on his shoulders, but when you have that sort of potential, when you're meant to be pushing yourself up to a certain level, you're going to have that pressure anyway. And it's up to you to be able to deal with that. We still need to get a DM as well. Like, I know we're going to get one in January. As soon as the window closed, we knew that Chelsea were going to go in. And there's been strong rumours with the likes of Alvarez, for example. So I'm not worried about that. I don't think this will happen to the summer, though. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let me know what you guys are saying anyway. Yeah, the third kit is nice. I do need to wait for it, though. I'm waiting for it. Do you think Bellingham will choose us instead of Madrid? I think only game time would be the reason for it. Because I don't think he starts in that Madrid team. If anything, he could be bottom of that pecking order. Or one of the players at the bottom. Whereas Chelsea, he's starting. Liverpool, he's starting. City and Madrid, I don't think he's starting. I don't think he's starting. Yeah, Bellingham is a brilliant box-to-box midfielder. And is exactly what we need in terms of someone who could be available for that. And someone who could potentially play deeper as well as being able to play further forward. Like Dortmund utilize him in all sorts of positions, which is kind of also where he struggles as well, but it's good experience for him. And as he gets older and as he matures, he'll have a better understanding of how to play in those positions if we ever need to put him there. Fucking LOG. With Mbappe's current attitude, would we need the dressing room dilemma? But I think people really overstate this though, because having an attitude problem won't do that. Like people say Cho has an attitude problem. People have said, who else? I've heard David Luiz back in the day had an attitude problem. Who else? There's numerous players. Like I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's so many players that have the attitude problem tag. Fucking Aubameyang. Everyone says Aubameyang has a massive attitude problem. I haven't seen any issues in the dressing room. Just because someone might have attitude issues does not mean as soon as they walk into the dressing room, they will fuck it up. I think people really overstate that sometimes. I am not worried about that. The more I talk about it, the less worried I am about it. Because it's really not as deep as you make it out when you really start thinking about it. Do you take... Yes. João Felix is everything that this fan base thinks Havertz is. So yes, I'll take him immediately. Rice is so overhyped he can stay at West Ham. We'll go back in for him in the summer. Just watch. My point stays the same. Lower the price tag before I even consider it. Once we get to the 60 to 80 mark, well, not even 80. Once we get to the 60, 70 mark, cool. That's fine. Yeah, then they're not. I get that. But they all have the same tag of attitude problems. Being a higher profile player doesn't mean your attitude problems would be bigger. It doesn't mean that. Really doesn't. What else is everyone saying? A lot of people are really shook over Mbappe's attitude problems. I really don't think it's that deep. The reason why it's so bad at PSG is because they gave him the fucking keys to the club. When has a player ever been allowed a say in transfers, a say in the manager or the style of play? Never. So no wonder his attitude problems have got worse. You have given him control of the club. No fucking wonder. You don't give that to a player. Chelsea would be different. It would be much different. And again, attitude problems does not mean you will immediately fuck up the dressing room as soon as you walk into it. It is massively overstated. I don't care what anybody says. And even then, we got Potter the therapist, so I'm sure he'd be able to sort out any issues Mbappe had. I don't care. Like, I'll be real. I don't care about the attitude problems. I've got to that point now. I don't give a shit. I really don't. For me, it's the money we'll pay him and how well he'd do at Chelsea if he was to come, and not his attitude. What makes you think he wouldn't do well? If we were playing under Tuchel's system, I'd kind of get it. But we look a lot more progressive. A lot of our attackers are already looking better. We've improved our attack with Sterling and Mbappe and Aubameyang. Mbappe would just complete that front three for me. What's the complaint? I don't get it. Like, are we going to talk about him having to adapt to the Premier League? Like, I get that to an extent. I get it, but I also think French League to the Premier League is the easiest adaptation. We see so many players go from French League to the Premier League and instantly click. Yeah, you do get the odd flop here and there, but it's not like the Bundesliga, where nearly everybody has to adapt except for Aubameyang and Haaland. Like, there's so many players that go from the French League to the Premier League and thrive, so I'm not worried about that. Well, it was that. I'm not saying, like, I get why they did it, but look at the end result of it too. That's why I would fuck Chelsea doing that for anybody, even if it was Eden Hazard. No, you don't give players that sort of authority. And Like, you're saying it's either that or he leaves. It's because it's the French league. It's because it's PSG, and they're not really going anywhere further than what they're doing now. They're not winning the Champions League. They're stat padding League Uns, and that's it. You got to give him more to to make the club look appealing to him, because he's not going to do anything else there. He's not. They're a favorite. They're one of the favorites of the Champions League, but they still haven't won it. And other than that, nothing changes there. So of course he'd want a change of scenery. So they sold their soul to keep him, and now they're suffering 5 months in. That's why you don't give players that sort of authority. Simple as. Simple as. Mbappe's off the ball work is horrible. Look at Haaland, he's class, but he still works hard. Yeah, he ain't really that much of a presser. But I have also said you can accommodate for one person in the team not pressing if everyone else is able to do it. Like I keep saying, look at prime Ronaldo as an example. He didn't press in his first spell at United, but they had the likes of Rooney, Ji-sung Park, Fletcher, Tevez, and they were the ones doing it for him. And his quality was still able to show. As long as you're regularly turning up with goals and assists, which a player of Mbappe's quality would be demanded to do, no one's going to care if he doesn't press. Nobody's going to care. What else? Mbappe has attitude problems. Just wait till things go south. Bruv, like, we'll see. We'll see. But Cho was meant to have attitude problems. It didn't cost us anything either. Can't sign and PayPal, sadly. My idol, Mason Milner, is ready to face the club. Big up, big up. Would you take it? Yes, every day of the week. Every day of the week. Any other comments or decent comments? Is you all or nothing Chelsea talk? It's not confirmed, but they're trying to make it happen. I think Amazon's trying to persuade Chelsea, but it's only the first things that we've heard about it. Fucking hell, Chronic. That is mad. People think Mbappe would destroy the team. Brother, this is the sort of signing you'd want to see at Chelsea. I don't get this. But fair enough. I have a feeling a few of the panelists will say the same thing too, so it'll be good to discuss this. You must be trolling, bro. No fucking way have I seen that shit. I've read it all. That is mad. A man said Cho and Mbappe in the same sentence. And I like Cho, but don't do that. Don't do that, bruv. Right. What else? What else do we see? Fucking hell, bruv. Chelsea are looking to terminate Dennis Zakaria's loan move in January. What the fuck was the point of this move? We haven't even started this guy. Like, is he that bad that both... Well, Tuchel didn't even get a chance to start him. But is he that bad that Potter won't even give him a run? I want to see him play at least once, even off the bench. Because if he's good, we don't have to go for... Well, I say DM. He sees himself as a box-to-box. But it solves a problem for us if he's a good midfielder. I'd be very surprised if we let him go without even a start. That's mad. That's mad. Is it mad? Yes. If you're talking about the Cho thing, yes. I don't get it. Panic buy, panic settings. I get all of that, but we haven't even given him a game. I'm not saying like he's the next Pogba or something, and we're just not even going to start him. But it's like, fuck me, can we give him like one start before we completely throw him back to Juventus? At least one start. Although, actually, I say that, where do we start him? Where do we start him? Because every game still must win for us. The only game you could even afford to do it is potentially the 6th match day of the Champions League. If we're already qualified and we're already group winners. The league, like, we've already dropped so many points at the start of the season. We can't afford to just throw him in out of nowhere. The Carabao Cup, we got Man City away in the 3rd round. So I mean, we could rotate. We probably will rotate, but we also want to go through in that competition. I wouldn't mind seeing us win a domestic cup. It's been fucking ages. But yeah, what a waste if he just goes without a start. That would genuinely... No, you don't call... It wouldn't be one of the worst transfers in Chelsea history. It'd be one of the most baffling ones. Like Pato or, I don't know, Falcao. Michael Hector. Just some weird ones like that. I said, no way in hell Zach is... I don't know. I haven't watched him play. None of us have. None of us have. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, there's not even a reason to rotate. He's just been here. He's on holiday. That's it. Guy's just on holiday for a few months. And fair enough. Fair enough. Said it before, Zakari is not a good player because I watch him at international level. He's not good. It's all mad. It's all mad. If Mbappe comes to Prem, the debate on who's better between Haaland and... Yes, watch the media circus whenever Chelsea plays City. It will be mad. Man said respect Michael Hector. You're a dickhead, bruv. The only baffling signing I respect is Gilabodji, because he's got 100% pass accuracy at Chelsea, and no one else can come near to it. But yeah, let me send the link out to everybody. Let me send the link. I still got to switch my Twitter. While I'm doing this, hit the like button. If you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, drop a super chat. Also means you're in with a chance of winning a free away kit. And yeah, give me a sec, guys. Just gotta send the link out. Fuck. Where is this? Where is this? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Fucking hell, stop fucking lagging, bruv. Is that everybody? Yeah, that is. That's everyone on Twitter, at least. Cool. Yeah, that is everyone. Nice. Let's see who's in here. Yes, guys.
The usual
What's up,
suspects.
What's everyone saying? What are you guys saying?
I want to say speedy recovery to Emma Hayes.
Oh, what happened to Emma Hayes?
You see what happens? Newsman.
What happened?
She's at the hospital. She had emergency surgery.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Best wishes to Emma Hayes. Fuck, I didn't even know that.
What happened?
Apparently she's having surgery. Shit.
Tuition and Trump University got higher. That's what happened.
Shut up, Grandpa.
But yeah,
You guys in the comment section as well, go fuck yourselves, dickheads. Right. What's everyone saying about Mbappe to Chelsea potentially? Like, no, it's unlikely. No, it's just links right now, but
no thank
Bro,
you.
he'd elevate us
you
so
wouldn't want
much,
him
man.
either. Okay,
It makes
cool.
no sense why people don't want him, man. we watch Chelsea, yeah, where
Is
we
people
wouldn't work
really
for
don't
Chelsea.
know Chelsea fans don't there's some Chelsea fans that don't know who's Emma Hayes is?
Yeah, that is surprising.
That is
For anyone who
surprising.
doesn't know, Chelsea women's coach for like the last decade or something, probably the best women's coach in the world. Not even probably is the best Chelsea
As a
women's
matter of
coach
fact,
in
I
the world.
wanted her to be at least a caretaker before Lampard until somebody is serious.
Hey,
And big up Lewis. Big up Alex.
Point.
Big
Big
up,
up, bro. Big up. But yeah, Alex, why wouldn't you take Mbappe then? If the opportunity was there?
Look, as a player, I'll take him. It's not about the attitude. If we go into the way we want to go and respectfully, what's his name? If you want, what's his face, to succeed, a manager, young manager that does not have experience in the higher stages of the game, you don't need to throw him to the wolves to those things like Mbappe. I
You
know
also
people gonna
players.
say,
You
but I
also,
want
you
to. I
also
want
players
Let
out
him
come
finish.
out.
Let him finish. Let
You
him
also
finish.
players to come out and
Deals,
leave
let
the
him
club.
finish, bro. Let him finish, bro. Go on.
I know you're gonna come and say I wanted Ronaldo. Ronaldo is not what's his name. Is not Mbappe. Ronaldo.
It's
First of all,
finished.
it was short fix. I wanted him on loan until the end of a contract for 1 year. That's no way what Mbappe is gonna do. So for me, there's the two different things between him and what's his name. But I just don't. I know what he wants, and he ain't gonna find it at Chelsea. That's what he wants. I think
What
he
was
wants
it that
to
he wants?
what he wants to be in the conversation for Ballon d'Or. He wants to be in a conversation what happens around what's his name, Holland. This is what he wants. He made a mistake by signing a contract, and now he's pedaling back. I don't want to be the club that how you say it, show him to the world, because I don't think he's that it. I'd rather have Bellingham than him.
Oh, what? So you just don't rate Mbappe in general?
I rate him as a player, but not that high like people are. Like, like one of the greatest and
So
stuff
you
like
don't
that.
see him as like a Ballon d'Or winner or anything?
I don't.
Bro,
Really?
what? He's
Yeah.
the best player in the world. What?
That's surprising.
Bro, what?
Haaland is the best player in the world.
Mbappe's better than
Whoa.
Haaland, bro. Mbappe's better than Haaland.
There's no
Haaland is just in.
way,
Bro,
man.
look, how good were Man City before Haaland? Bro, of course he was going to click.
Because here's the
Mbappe-
thing, if he's doing this Ballon d'Or thing, like where you're saying he wants to be able to compete with the likes of Haaland for it, then if anything, it kind of makes the move a bit more clearer. Come to the same league as Haaland and dunk on him.
And here's the thing. Mbappe is more individual player. It's all about me, just like Ronaldo. But Ronaldo is the same way as a team player. So does Haaland. Haaland is a team player. Mbappe was
Mbappe's
never
better
that.
than both of them.
He was actually the year that they won the World Cup. He was complaining then that he wasn't happy about situation
Still
in the
won
World Cup in Russia.
Bro, are you a Chelsea fan to see us win trophies, or what? Are you trying to act like you work for Chelsea? You're some emotional support guy, bro.
Yeah, I'm all that. I'm all that. Yeah,
Bro,
let's move on.
We're here to watch Chelsea play football and win trophies. Like, I know.
That's an unfair question, man. Every Chelsea fan wants to win trophies, obviously.
It's not even unfair. This is the dumbest shit ever.
No,
Are
go
you
there.
a Chelsea fan?
Mbappe, he elevates us. Do you know how high he
There's
elevates
no
us?
doubt about it that he will elevate us. If you compare him to Pulisic, 100%. If you compare him to Kai Havertz, 100%.
Bro, nobody's better than Mbappe though.
Listen, he's worse than Ziyech complaining. Yeah, trust me, I don't want that Mbappe nowhere near Chelsea.
Bro, okay, but
Worse
he
than
does
Ziyech.
things Ziyech will never do. He will do things Ziyech would never do. So, 18
Like
years,
that. You sure about that?
winning the World Cup, yeah.
Wait. Worse than Ziyech? What?
Bro, these men are waffling hard. Mbappe is literally the best.
No, I'm talking about complaining wise.
Oh, Yeah,
in the
yeah,
back room.
okay, yeah, that I understand.
I don't think he'll be that bad, man. I think
find it
Look,
so
I'm not
crazy,
saying
bro.
like, look,
I
nobody
find
has
it
to
so
take my
crazy.
100%. Like, this is what happened. If Alex said this is what happened, I'm just telling you my view. You decide the fuck you want to do. JKM, if you want to switch your hands when you do that, it's your decision. Don't ask me for it.
Oh, bro, I'm not asking you.
Oh my
Whatever.
God.
everyone has their opinions, brother. But listen,
I'm just
if
saying
Haaland
it's so
carries on,
crazy.
if Haaland carries on like this, then
And now,
it-
now people
you know,
saying I'm
then
comparing
obviously Haaland.
to Ziyech. When
Bro,
did
No,
I
no,
compare
everyone wouldn't have
Mbappe
made a
to
comparison.
Ziyech, man?
No,
You
no.
compared Mbappe to all of these dead players, bro. Mbappe, bro, I don't care about his attitude because we do not know what's happening behind the closed doors, bro. You can't just say his attitude is gonna be shit off the rip.
We
You
don't know
can't
what's
just
going
say
on
that, bro.
behind the Chelsea's doors. You don't
You
know
don't
what
know.
happened when Chelsea complained players. All of a sudden, Matt Law is the definition of source. Exactly
Lewis.
what person and what time said what shit.
Lewis,
Mount said,
Lewis.
I don't have to be yelled at the sidelines. Let's see if he's going to get yelled if Tuchel gets the national English team.
Ha.
This guy
Hold
is
that.
confused, bro. You're confused. I think
Jay,
you're
what
confused.
were you saying, bro?
Nah, Lewis. What would you care? No, say we got Mbappe, yeah. Really and truly, say he was winning us UCLs and Premier Leagues consistently, and say he had that little bit of attitude, would you really care?
It is the thing. Attitude is, it all depends on a bunch of different variables. Again, people say the likes of Aubameyang have attitude problems. They say the likes of Hudson-Odoi have attitude problems. They never really cost us anything or damaged the dressing room. Lukaku came in and he did have an impact, but from what we heard, he was even more of a prick. It wasn't attitude problems in terms of himself. He was telling other players he was better than all of them and that sort of crap. So it all depends on a bunch of different scenarios. I think people are just worried because they have Lukaku PTSD. As long as he would be coming in and getting regular goals and assists, which I can't lie, with the money that we would spend, the wages we would give, it wouldn't even be a patience thing. It would be a demand that he would be doing that. So as long as he was doing that, I wouldn't care. And if he's meant to be at a Ballon d'Or level, he should be coming in and doing it immediately.
Can you imagine if he's not happy with players around him like
think-
Messi and Neymar? He's not happy with those players up front, man.
Yeah, but he was there before.
Yeah, but
sure
Loki,
he-
I
he
think
was
this
there
is where his
before.
ego comes in
This
because
is-
they're
sure we're
performing
patient
better.
as
And
he
that's what we're talking. By the way, hope you
But
feel better.
we're going
Andrew.
from Messi and Mbappe to Sterling and Aubameyang. Still quality players, but it's not the same level. Not the same level. So he could easily shine there. He can be the main man. He'd compete for different trophies. I think another thing is he's been in the French league for like 7 years, and he's not going to do anything more than he's already done there. They're not going to win the Champions League there. They're like favorites, but that's it.
He'll tolerate Havertz. He's fine. He'll tolerate
Okay.
Gucci,
Why you
Mbappe's
gotta do this to me, bro?
He's a generation.
Seriously, Mbappe or invest that amount of money into the midfielder like a Dortmund midfielder? Please tell me.
Do you think it would be an either or though?
We need Bellingham.
Oh, you want both of them?
Boy,
Well,
you
I
know,
think in spite of anything that happens with the Mbappe transfer, we still go sort out our midfield. We're meant to get a DM in January, let alone the summer. We're meant to sort that before we get
Yes.
to the summer.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Anything. We
The
do need
link
a
with
midfield before
Bellingham
anything.
and the link
And
with
even
Mbappe.
then, if we're talking about money, you know Bowley loves a swap deal and everything. PSG have Kante's off on a free, but we could throw 2 out of 3 forwards into the deal.
Yeah. When
take
did the
100 off
throw
it.
2 out of 3 ever worked?
Especially
I
our
don't
2
know.
out.
They're not going to
Maybe
take
one.
Pulisic.
Maybe
They're
one
not taking
then. Maybe
Pulisic,
one.
and they're
I
not
don't
taking
know.
Not
Ziyech.
even one.
They'll take
They're not taking Pulisic, and they're not taking
Player
Pulisic.
plus cash has happened.
They'll
Player
take
plus cash.
Kante for like
It
40
happened.
Two players hasn't
At
really.
Chelsea. When did that happen at Chelsea?
Lewis, why?
Not
we
with the
don't
old
want-
regime, but it's
But
been
Lewis-
Bowley that's been pushing it.
But Lewis, we don't want 2 out of 3 players. Why do other clubs want 2 out of our 3 players? Do you know what I mean? There's no way. Listen, I hope this shirt sponsorship is going to be what it is. I hope it's like £1 billion a season because we're going to need it. With the amount that we're going to spend apparently next summer, we're going to need it, man. Listen, there's going to be pros and cons with any transfer. I'm sure if you spoke to 10 different people at PSG, it'd be 50-50 about him, stuff like that. I'm gonna look on the playing side. I'll be really naive about this. I'd take him. I wouldn't turn it down at all. Just for the playing side. Listen, would he? I don't expect him to stay at Chelsea for 8 years like Eden Hazard. I expect like 3 at the most, 4, and then move on to wherever. But I just don't know. I just don't think if, and that's the biggest word in the English language, if. I just don't see how you would turn that down.
No. I agree with you. If
I know. I heard what you said. I know, Alex. I know exactly what you said. I'm not having a go. I'm just. I've seen it outright on. Well, it's not the best place, Twitter, really. Oh no, I wouldn't take him. Oh no, I wouldn't this. You're insane. You're absolutely insane if you don't.
You take him no matter what.
You take him, and then what you do is, then you deal with the consequences after that. If you sign him, because you would have heard of the what happened, but let's see if it happens here. We don't know. Like you said, we have no idea. You know what? That PSG deal he signed is starting to smell very dodgy, bro. It's starting to smell like, very bad. I read something last night that they were creating some of these bots for negative news and stuff like that. It was, but just on the player alone, you don't turn him down like that. That was.
Hold on, OJ, quick. Sorry. The only reason why I was saying no, it's because I don't want us to pursue this.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want to pursue him. I don't want us to put all the like we did with De Jong and waited. If he really, really wants, I'm not gonna say no. It's like saying no to Messi, even though I can't stand the guy. But if he's there, I'll take him. The consequences is the reason why I don't want us to pursue him. Not the way he's playing, the consequences.
Yeah, I agree with you. Can I add to that point? Yeah, he's one of the few players in the world. He's technically free. Because if he just does, let's just say he just does 50 posts for you with Chelsea shirts over the 365 days available, he charges 1 million. He charges 1 million euros a post. So if he just done 50 for us, now how much boost in income that will be for? He's free. Him, Neymar, their documentary, they make so much. They're just commercial giants. Ronaldo, Messi, they're free players. The club's not overpaying for them. Even if it's $1 million a week. Haaland's different. If Haaland carries on like this, he will become a free player. He'll sell so many shirts.
Shirts don't count, man.
Right, shirts, but the posts are a big thing. When you're charging big companies 1 million euros for a post, and you'll do it for Chelsea for free, you're just doing the Chelsea shirt.
That's the difference. No. That's you're talking about two things: image thing and shirts. Those are two separate issues.
You are right. But also, little things just will give us the hype. He's there. You always laugh about when I mention FIFA. But everyone will start, Chelsea have Mbappe. We finally have a shirt seller again. Like, I'm a bit jealous that they got Haaland. Haaland's they sell so many shirts to random fans that you never even thought about Man City. These future kids, you know what I'm saying?
They've already sold more shirts now than they did the entirety of last season.
Bro,
there you go.
I'm telling you, man, no, shirts don't matter, man.
The club only gets a very, very small percentage of it. That's why the sponsorship deals.
Nike, the one that gets it. Nobody else. That's why Salah's contract was stalled.
Listen, yesterday, I was on the Mbappe train. I was like, do anything you can to get this guy if you can. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, we're going to fuck ourselves. We're going to fuck ourselves.
What made you change your mind?
PSG gave him half of France. With Neymar.
He's 5 months into a deal where he makes $1 million a week. Like,
if Lukaku can do this to us, what do you think Mbappe is going to do?
He won't use the lubricant.
We just got out of go. We're just trying to get out of a
he will not even do it.
We're trying to get out of
a dry dog.
Raw dog.
All these different things and all that. Listen, man. If we have that money to spend, then go out there, get your Nkunkus, your Leaos, whoever else, spend the money.
I want Bellingham.
But a player who is given half of his country, has the president come to his house and all this great shit, and he still turns on them. I don't know why Chelsea fans think we're fucking special. We're not. He's going to fuck us. Let him stay where he is or go somewhere else and get some other. He's not the only top player in the world. You can get other players. It's not like I'm saying don't get top players. Get top players, but don't get him. Do not get him. Do not get him.
Yeah. Well, too, you got to look at like we wouldn't, and I know it's a different regime, obviously, but like we didn't want to pay 170, 200 million for Haaland. Like, why would we pay 300 or 400 for Mbappe? Like, I just like.
If he wasn't in a building situation, I'll get him.
If you think
If
it's
he wasn't in a building
Mbappe is
situation,
great,
I'll
but
get
he's
him.
not a false he's not a false qualifier. Like he doesn't he's not someone like if he's in your team, 100% you're winning Champions League.
He's not a creator, that's for sure.
He's not doing that shit for PSG.
He's not a
with all that
creator,
they have.
that's for
So
sure.
I'm not like
Got more assists than all of our players last season.
yeah,
Let me
that's
ask
cool,
you a
and he's still
question.
unhappy.
Yeah,
No,
you can't
there is a
compare
rumor.
French
There is a
stats
rumor.
to English league.
Hold
man.
on a second. There is a rumor that he has some kind of like free to walk away if something happens, specific thing.
Yeah, it was that story about the bot.
Yeah. Lawyer,
Right,
some lawyer
yeah.
said it something. I don't know
Yeah.
how true it is,
I
but
don't know.
that's look. If like I said, and like Andrew said, if he's available, I will take him. I just don't want us to be pursuing him and especially pay substantial amount of money for him.
Yeah. I mean,
You're
look,
gonna have to. It took
Yeah.
like I keep saying, it took them to give up half their club and country for him to stay. To not go to Real Madrid. Like I just like to be very just realistic as a club and like stay away from just the flashy bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just stay away from that. There's no point.
This is what Roman will do.
I
100%.
Also,
What was
Bowley
that?
wants at least
I don't
one
think
of
I'm not
those
even sure
flashy
Roman would
players.
touch this, man. I don't like. I'm not sure he would,
Stinks
man.
that bad.
Oh no,
He
Roman
didn't even touch.
definitely.
He didn't want to touch Holland for that much money. He's not going to do it for Mbappe. Like,
Well,
Yep.
he had the bigger problems at that point. I don't
well,
think.
yeah.
Mm.
Listen. Again, people.
I just worry about the manager. Manager is still young. I don't want him to have that kind of on his shoulders. Let them grow.
And this isn't a guy who, if he gives you a problem, you can just bench him. Like, it doesn't work like that with a guy like Mbappe. Like, there are players in our team where if they're giving you a headache, you can just bench him. And they're like Ziyech, for instance. Like, if he's giving you a headache, you could just bench his ass. There's not going to be much he's going to do to mess with your team. Like, but a guy like Mbappe, he could bury your team if he's unhappy. And I'd prefer just to stay away from that, man.
Low-key, I
Imagine he
feel like
was
if we were doing this under Tuchel's system where we were questioning how we were going to get the best out of the attackers, I'd get that a bit more. But as a player, like I'd be very surprised if he didn't thrive in Potter's system at Chelsea.
Again, that's not Lou. That's not the issue, man. The player, listen, player 10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10. He's a top-notch player. Everything else, 1 out of 10. And like you just don't need that. You just don't need that at your club, man.
I will say he's 8 out of 10 as a player. I don't rate him that high.
Whoa.
That's
What? He's a
not-
10 out of 10 player. No, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
Say
Let's
nine.
say
Hey, listen, whatever.
We don't
8,
need to
9,
argue
10,
between 8 to 10. It's high. It's
Yeah,
high
yeah,
level
yeah.
anyway.
8, 9, 10. He's upper echelon player,
Yes.
top of the food chain player. Everything else is an absolute disaster. Everything that comes with him, the hype that comes with him, the potential if he doesn't bang right away in England, potential, like all that stuff is just a fire of things that you
Would
really
you not
don't
take
want.
Liao over Mbappe?
Yeah, but you're talking about way different profiles of like.
But
attitude
actually, I
profiles,
don't
Same
think.
like-
age. They're the same age.
No, I don't think Mbappe is a center forward. I actually think he's better.
Well, that's why he's pissed. That's why he's
Yeah.
upset at PSG. He doesn't want to play striker. He wants to play fucking wing on the wing.
Exactly.
Like
And
Neymar's there and he's
what I
playing
read is
better.
he's upset that they told him they would get Lewandowski to PSG this summer and get rid of Neymar. And he was like, awesome, let's do it. Because then Lewandowski could play striker, he could play off the wing,
So, for
and
example,
that makes him happy. Now they're like, well, we have Messi and Neymar.
Okay.
Those are our guys on the wing. You're playing striker.
exactly. Let me ask you: if he comes in, who's a front three, and how you play front three?
Well,
Who will
Mbappe
play
is the
center?
first name on the team sheet.
Oba, Mbappe on the left,
yeah.
Sterling on the right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Nkuku.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me cook Lewis real quick. How many players on the team we are allowed to not press?
3.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair
Okay.
enough. Get you. Okay, so that wouldn't work. Okay, that might not. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
So you guys think he won't do a
Well,
Hazard?
Do you still say no to him though, just off the basis?
But a player like
No,
that
no,
can
no, no.
create and
That's
win the
the
game
thing,
out of
that's
nothing.
the thing. I get your point though, Alex. That's a very, very good point. That's a very good point. But still, like, I don't know. That's actually pulled me off it a little bit now. You mentioned.
I still.
Fair enough.
Can I
Fair
put
Will
it?
we
Can I?
outpress? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes
he's more
and no.
physical too. More
He's
physical.
a
Yes
hard
and
worker.
no. Yes
Well,
and no.
Nag, what are you saying?
Listen, hear me out. So the Leao point that you just made, yes and no. If you watch that last game, let's be perfectly honest. Leao full on almost gave up on AC Milan. He was walking around the pitch, not pressing. Let's be perfectly honest.
Is
When they
AC
went
Milan
down,
pressing team?
when they went
He's
down to
their
10
only
men,
good, he's their
team,
only
when
good
they went
player,
down,
Dag. Like,
when they went down to
What
10
Leao
men,
doesn't
you
track
can
back.
see
I don't know
when
about
they
press,
went
but
down
track
to
back.
you can see he was barely tracking back. You can see. Just watch
Because
the
they're
game.
playing defense, man.
You
They're
can,
counter-attacking. What press are you talking about?
Fam, you
I don't know about
understand
press,
body
but
language,
don't
right? Let's be
track
What
perfectly
back.
body
honest.
language?
You can
I didn't
understand
know
body
press
language.
is
When a
body
player
language.
gives up on their team, you can see. When he's walking instead of running back, that's giving up.
Yes,
That's giving
I
up.
agree with you. Because his team, he could, hold on a second. When he had that moment, when he cooked both of defenders, was that good enough attitude?
Yes.
Okay, how many of those moments he had?
Where he was what are you talking about? The moments where he was cooking our defenders, or the moment when he
Yes.
was like lacking
In
back?
both games.
He had like one.
No, on both games. In both games. Yeah, that needs
Now
He had
listen,
like one.
Reece James had
He
the
had like
freedom
one.
of that
That's
right
not
flank
the
because of
point.
Leao.
As offensive player, when you play in counter-attacking team, you have those moments, and this is the moments your manager is actually counting on you, not
I
your
understand.
defensive abilities.
I understand. But
No, you
you also
don't.
have to put it
You're
into
just
the
saying you do.
retrospect of a young player. As a young player, you don't have the audacity to just sulk, to put your hands up in the air and say, "Oh, why am I not getting the ball?" As a young player, you don't have that right. You're not a made man, simple as it is. Now, on the Mbappe point, real quick, let me just move on, right? On the Mbappe point, I just want to put it up to, it's easier to put it up to different sports because they have the different characters. Like the Mbappe character isn't regular for football. For football, the players are normally humble. So I like to put it up for other sports, right? So for now, I'm going to put it up, like if you compare it to the Sixers, they just traded last year for James Harden, who blew up 2 different organizations. And now he's not doing.
What
he's
sport are
fine.
we talking about?
Basketball.
Shit. Wake me up when we go back to the.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. But either way, right? James Harden is not he's not a leech anymore in the Sixers organization. Getting him in a different environment where he thought that he could win, where he genuinely believed, okay, this is a system that I can win in and that I can excel in. He decided, okay, now I can, be normal. I don't have to always act out. So I'm saying that could be the same situation with Mbappe. It's easier to get him out of a worse situation and let him calm down, and that will allow him to literally stop being just a little petty like star or whatever he's trying to be, like a diva. You just have to get him into a different situation and then give him time. That's it. And to be honest, there isn't a single player. Hold on, there isn't a single player in this world right now that on his day is better than him. So to be perfectly honest, I'm selling my entire soul. Sell the club for him. To be honest, it makes no sense why we're passing up on him. If he's offered, there's no point.
Jesus, Dag.
I don't think y'all
Dag,
understand. It's
Dag,
like
tell me,
Messi in his prime. It's
Dag,
like
tell me,
Messi in his prime being offered.
Dag, tell me you play FIFA without telling me you play FIFA, man.
Okay, cool. Big fella, I've been here for years, bro. Like, let's stop acting like this guy's a fluke. This guy was scoring World Cup goals at the age of 18, 19.
This guy was also complaining about Tuchel subbing him off before he got fired. I don't think you guys understand who this guy is.
He said
I really don't care. I really don't care. If it wasn't for his team. Hold on.
He complained at the World Cup. He complained at the World Cup.
One at a time.
World Cup
Listen,
you just won your country to the World Cup.
Last year. You can
Let
put
me
it up
just
to
say
last
this.
year.
I think a lot of fans want
let's
players
just
so
talk
they can
about
tell
last
their
year,
friends this player plays for my team, or like, oh yeah, Mbappe plays for my team.
Good lord.
What the
I swear people are doing that with Ronaldo.
Like, if he can do this,
hold on,
just logically think about this. If he can do this to his childhood club in the country that he's from, with the president
it's not
behind
his childhood
it,
club.
It is his childhood club.
It's not his childhood club. The dude plays for Monaco, though.
No, it's not, man.
He's from Paris. What's wrong with you?
Bro,
he never supported
matter.
PSG.
Okay.
He never supported PSG.
Dude, listen. Just leave it up to last year. Think about
Listen,
this, right?
you guys are-
Had
let-
it not
let me
been,
say this.
had it not been for his team capitulating on him, was he not the one that literally battered the Champions League winners of last year? Single-handedly battered the Champions League winners.
I'm sorry, I
He
was
left
watching.
Courtois-
I'm sorry.
Bro,
Didn't we do the
Courtois
same thing
dancing.
to Championship League winners?
Bro, I'm saying we're talking like this dude is like trash. We're talking like it's a guess
nobody's
of whether
talking
he's
like
gonna
it's trash
fail.
at all.
Bro, then why are we having a discussion about?
No player's bigger than the club.
It's not about the
He's
ability.
not.
Everyone's talking about him off the pitch.
I'm not saying he's bigger than the club. If he starts acting up, sell him. You're
just
still
said
gonna
sell
get
the
your
club
value.
for him.
You're still gonna get your value.
Hold on a second. Can you bring couch critic comments on?
You're gonna get your value.
Where is it?
And let me just say this.
One sec. Sean
go.
Newland says, "No way we pay him 1 million a week. That's a joke. We probably won't."
I
do."
love that comment.
Goen says, "Russian, don't you want to see J5 creating for Michelangelo?" That is fucking mad.
Everything is bonuses. It doesn't matter with our club.
And Couch says,
Because-
"Dag, it make me not want Mbappe."
Look, because this is so
Bro,
much
y'all
funny
can
because
literally-
Couch wanted him so bad that now your comment actually by all you
Can I
just
ju-
said,
can I just say on
you
the
actually
Messi-
turning people away.
on the Messi point, right? So Messi was making an insane amount of money at Barca, right? They said whatever, we'll sell our souls, we'll pay Messi this money. How are they doing financially right now? How did that work out for them? They had,
But is that on
I'd say
Messi?
not very well.
Josh,
you're right.
Josh, you know
Messi is way better.
that
You're right.
It's not about the
Josh,
nature of
Josh,
Messi
Messi-
or not.
Messi is way better.
Josh, that point was
They didn't-
really
the club
that point
did
really
that.
makes no sense. Josh, that point really makes no sense.
It does if you don't want your
It
club
really
financially
makes no
crippled,
sense. It really
selling
makes no
off
sense
all of their
because you do
future
understand-
assets.
It
You do
does.
understand
No, I'm
that they
sorry,
were
it
giving
makes no
Griezmann. They were giving Griezmann 300 grand a week. They're giving Frankie De Jong on his old contract 300 grand a week. It wasn't just
What do you think
Messi.
we're
It
giving
was
Sterling
everybody.
and all these guys?
It wasn't just
Exactly.
Messi. It was
It's not
everybody.
about that. It's on the club. But if you know that your club
Yes,
is going
because-
no.
Oh, wow.
You're missing the point. You see the club going towards the cliff. We as the supporters, are we supposed to like just watch us club go towards the cliff? Are we
Everything
supposed
that
to
our
just
club-
say something?
The way that our club is financially set up, everything is bonuses. So they have the standard.
How?
They have their standard. They have their standard pay week, like their pay, like their weekly
We're
wages. right?
literally standard. Let's not say
please,
standard.
Can we please just speak? Like let me
But
just
can we speak
let
from
me
facts
speak for
though?
a second.
Like none
Let
of
me
us
speak
have
for a
seen a
second.
single player's contract. Why are we talking like we have?
Because that's how okay. That's how Bowley runs all of his clubs. That's literally
how do you know
it's
this?
is ran.
How do you know this?
You just have to just search it up. What?
Oh,
why,
he
why
became-
do people act like Google is that
Listen,
You
nobody
understand
is
all
seeing. Nobody
contracts
is
are
seeing.
public, right?
No one
You
has even
understand
seen
contracts
Rich
are
James's
public, right?
contract to know what is bonus, what is standard. So to
Bro,
even talk
and-
like we know
bro,
everything is
and-
going to be bonuses, you're not paying Mbappe in bonuses. I don't know what
Yes,
world you're
you
living in.
Okay.
You're not fucking
okay.
paying Mbappe in bonuses. Like what?
And how do you
are we
think they're
talking
paying
like-
Haaland right now? How do you
This
think
is
they're playing
Mbappe.
Haaland right now? How do you think they're
Mbappe
playing
has a
Haaland right
World
now?
Cup. Haaland is a child to him.
How do you think they're playing Haaland right now? It's the same.
Mbappe has a World Cup. Haaland is a child to him.
It
You
is
just got
the
another
same.
World Cup.
It is the same.
It is
What do you
Standards
mean
are
it's the
changed
same?
every single
What's the
year.
same? What's the same?
Bro, standards
I
are
don't
changed
understand
every
what the
single
same
year.
is.
You know the
Exactly.
clubs are still gonna put.
The
You
way
know the clubs
Haaland-
put up the same.
The way
You know
Haaland
clubs.
is viewed in world football and the way Mbappe is viewed is completely, maybe in like FIFA world, it's like there's the same players, they're both generational. No, in actual world, in Nike deals, in the fact that, you know, in his country's deals, in the fact that this kid has been a star since he was 18 winning the World Cup, he's not taking no fucking bonuses. I don't know what world you're living in.
Hey Dan, do you think he would do like a 200K base salary and 800K in bonuses?
Bro, he
And
will
sign
slap-
a 6-year
he will slap
contract?
all these
Yeah.
guys. You crazy? He's
They will
making
give him
300 million in 2
100K
years.
a week bonus, 100K a week bonus for every goal he scores.
What's he saying, man?
6-year
So, like,
contract.
You see how much Mbappe is making. Do we put some blame on PSG?
Yes,
for giving
yes,
him.
yes. Yes.
Like you feel
It's
me?
that or he,
Like
it's
how,
that or he left.
how can you not expect this guy to react like this? Like, who's talking to me after I'm making that kind of money?
Yeah.
And I'm doing that on the pitch.
He's got control over
Listen, you
tactics,
heard what-
over the
what
new
Kanye
manager
said.
coming
He
in,
got the
over
balls.
fucking transfers. What player gets that? But it's because he was happy to move on. He's done everything he could do in France. but they wanted to keep him for another year or two, so they sold their soul. If he did hypothetically come to Chelsea, he's not getting nearly the same terms.
Look, you're gonna have to build the team around him.
You know what
he's
it is?
Good player, but you gotta build the team around him. You cannot just throw the player and start building with existing team that you try to build. Because as of last summer, we already started building a team, and that team that we built last summer, it's not what Mbappe can move in. Because
that's why the only factor to me is, does Potter say yes or no?
Yes,
I don't think Potter has the balls at the time to say no to
me,
specific player.
Okay, we're only talking about us as fans and what we'll take and not take, right? If everything he wanted to do was all about winning, all about football, I would do anything to get him. Sell whoever you want to sell, because that's what Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo had. They just wanted to fucking win and dominate.
Black Mamba, the Mamba mentality.
It's clear that this kid cares about a lot outside of football. He doesn't get like football is probably like the third thing. He's worried about his image rights, his control, his this, his that. So many other things. And at this age, at 21 or 22, how are you thinking like this?
100%.
Don't get me wrong. Cristiano Ronaldo got to that point. He did. But he got to that point at probably 27, 28, where he's now like, you know what? I've won 5 Ballon d'Ors. Fuck you guys. I'm the man. I'm bigger than your club.
He did his attitude at the end of a career, not during his career.
You haven't achieved half of what you possibly could for you to be moving like this. And people want him like it's not gonna be like a Robinho thing when he came from Real Madrid, or it's not gonna be like Neymar when he left Barcelona and went to PSG, because he wasn't worried about winning. He was worried about image rights and how, being the biggest guy. How did that work out for PSG?
Right. And Neymar.
Look, put the Moya's comment in. It's
I
really
think
good,
we're not blaming PSG as well.
Well,
though,
Javi, listen, Javi, it's either that or he left, right? So it's give him all the stuff they gave him, or he leaves to Real Madrid.
Listen to this. They gave him a contract and said, this and that, and then go back. Yo, bro, why are you interrupting, bro?
Sorry.
You give him a contract. You say you're gonna do this. You do.
Zavi.
You're gonna do this or that. You feel me? And then you go back on that contract. Like, if you were guaranteed stuff and someone lies to you, you're probably gonna kick up a fuss as well.
I'm just saying, even for the football reasons, is he the profile that we look for? Just answer me that.
Yes, bro. He's gonna win us games.
Okay. Hold on, Zavi. Let me ask you the same question I asked Lewis. Where are you gonna put him?
I'll put him anywhere across our front line.
Okay,
but he doesn't want to play striker, Javi, so that's out of the question.
I'll put him left wing.
Who's going in the middle? Center.
Listen, if you're worried about the
asking Zavi,
with the current players we have now,
yes,
I'll either put say Conte still here. I put Conte.
No. I'm talking about center front three.
Front three.
Mbappe is on the left. Who you put it on top?
I would definitely. It might sound contrary to my belief, but I'll put him, Aubameyang, and Mount.
Okay, out of those three, which ones are not pressing?
Who's not pressing?
Yeah, because we're pressing team.
Most likely Mbappe.
And Aubameyang.
Oh, and what about
I think Aubameyang presses though.
Yeah, Aubameyang is a capable
Redneck. Let's expand on your point a little bit, right? Just forget the pressing element. What if he tells Potter, you know what? I want to play center forward. Do you think Potter can tell him no?
That's my point. He's too young of the manager to do. I don't want him to make those decisions.
Maybe Potter says, you know what? Actually, the way that we play, you'll be better off playing wide right, and we can do this. And he just said, nah, I want to be a center forward.
Wait.
But he's good enough to do that, though.
Now that he wants to play on the left.
You act like Mbappe can't take the ball, beat 2 defenders, and score a goal on a regular basis. I'm not saying he can do whatever
he wants if he's playing anywhere. I'm saying is that level of power that he's going to come in.
I get that point. Like
especially with the managers that we have. If we had Carlo Ancelotti, or one of the legends that can also say, like, listen,
exactly, that's my
point.
I've
won everything. Or are we going to sell?
He ain't got shit telling me.
Potter and pay him $60 million and bring in another manager and what are we trying to do here?
But
why we want to throw a young manager under the bus and 6 months into the managing?
But who says?
Yeah.
I mean, who
Because
says
he did
Mbappe's
it
going
to,
to
he
do?
did it to Tuchel.
You see, you're completely no. You're completely right, Alex. You're completely right. You're completely right. But the problem is,
I always
it's
do. My wife
also
keeps telling
on
me
the other hand.
I'm 42.
On the other hand, on one hand, you're saying why throw this young manager under the bus, but on the other hand, is why give this manager the best player in the world?
He's not
Like,
the best.
But he's not best player in the world.
He is.
No, he's
All right,
not.
one of the
He
top
is.
5.
Haaland's
best
better.
players in the
not.
world.
He is. He
He's
is.
not.
Mbappe is
Who's
the
better
best
than
player in the world.
Mbappe?
And he's
Why
not.
are we acting like he's not? He is.
He's
He's
not.
not.
is.
His French
He's
teammate is
not.
better than him. What are we talking about?
So his teammates that play in his preferred position, right? The
You
position
said
that
best
he
player in
was.
the world. You
Mbappe
didn't
is
say
the best player in the world.
Benzema is
You
better
can't
than
be the
him.
best player in the
He's
world
still
and
the
he's the
best.
third best at PSG.
And he's
Mbappe
bro,
is the best player in the world.
He's
Right?
not
No,
better
think
than
Mbappe-
right now he's being outperformed by Neymar and Messi. So,
That's true.
He's being
Are we
outperformed by
forgetting who
Neymar. I
Mbappe
wouldn't
and
say
Messi-
by
Are we
Messi.
forgetting who Neymar, Messi are though?
I think
Neymar
even
is literally in the
even
position.
Benzema's better than him.
Neymar's
Benzema's
literally
better
in
than
the
him.
position.
No,
Right
Right
now,
now,
not right
Benzema's
now.
injured though.
Benzema hasn't played in about 3 months. No.
Bro,
I
nobody's
don't know,
better
bro.
than
Listen,
Mbappe.
I want to drop my.
In
I want
my
a
humble
microphone
opinion-
drop, but
in
my
my humble
microphone is
opinion-
too expensive.
He's on the
even if
best
you
in
want
the world.
to,
You
even
don't
if
have
you
to
want to call him
you
the
don't
best
have
in the world, to me, it's a Salah best in the world. It's like on form type shit. It's not.
Yeah.
You ain't. It's not a difference of like, oh yeah, you're just so much better how Messi and Ronaldo was than everybody else or any of those. No, he's not. He's the Salah best player in the world. On form, he's the best player in the world. That's cute.
I
That
think
doesn't
what's
mean
his name,
for a whole
And on the
Vucinic,
left,
Vucinic,
But Mbappe's been on form for years.
in
Mbappe's
France.
also been a
And
dickhead for years.
Literally.
No, in the Champions League as well.
No, he's
Since
not.
Monaco.
I mean,
Since
how many Champions Leagues did
If
Monaco
he
or
was,
Paris
he
win?
would have won it.
But no, on form. That just because a player is he's playing well, but his team is letting him down. That doesn't mean
He's
Yo,
the one
Lewis.
that let them down in that
Lewis.
PSG final.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's the one
But I
that
would
got
say-
them there.
What's the
though.
poll
I would
saying?
say-
What's the
He's
poll
the
saying?
He's the best player.
Mahrez let his team down in the final,
And it
but
was
he was killing
Neymar.
it.
It was Neymar that missed the open fucking
Like,
net. It was
bro,
Neymar
he
that
missed-
fucking
he
blew
missed
that
the
shit.
open
What's the poll saying? What's the poll saying for the chat? The poll.
He missed a 1-1 against New Year, the best team in the world. Wow.
50-50. There's
He's
no
the best
Really?
player in the world.
Yeah,
Mbappe's gonna
54%
split
saying
the
yes,
fan base.
52. It's up and down, very tight on whether they want
He's going to split the fan base if he comes.
And I would take Vinny Jr. 10 times out of 10 times over Mbappe.
100%.
My God.
100%.
100%.
I agree.
That's fair enough.
Like
don't.
if Real
Tell
Madrid
the
want to
truth,
do that, if
tell
Real
the truth, I'll
Madrid
take-
want him, if Real Madrid want Mbappe, I'll take Vinny
I'll
Jr.
take
We'll do
City
that. I'll do
Silva.
that.
I'll take City Silva over
You
Mbappe.
are bugging.
You're bugging, bro.
I'm
This
telling
guy,
you,
you're lying
it's
to
kind
I'll
of.
yourself.
take
I
Thiago
feel like
Silva
it's
over
not
Stop
fair.
Mbappe.
lying to yourself. Stop lying
I
to
feel
yourself.
like it's not
Hard-working
fair.
player,
Just lying to
really
yourself,
good.
man. You're just lying to yourself.
You
No,
guys
I'm
remember
not.
those years where Hazard had to play with like trash players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember how he carried the team and all that shit, and he didn't complain or go to the media and all that. That was nice for us, right? Yeah, forget that if Mbappe comes. He's
Yeah.
not going to change. I don't know what fantasy world you think you're in. He's who he is, and he's an asshole.
Bro,
Right, let me
we
go
have
through
never
these
finished
super
the
chats
transfer
quickly.
again, yeah?
Cenac
Well-
says, "Old boy with the teenage voice needs to relax. With every decision, you got to count the costs. Mbappe, the player is unreal, but the person seems to be trash. Yeah, the majority of issues is with him off the pitch. I don't think anyone has an
Off the
issue with him
pitch.
on the pitch."
Yeah.
Cameron says, "In my opinion, if we was to buy Mbappe, we will ruin the whole direction of the club that we have built and moving towards. 1 million a week. Do people even think nowadays? That's why it has to go with Potter's agreement. If Potter doesn't agree to it, then I'm fully against it. If he agrees to it, then he believes he can get the best out of him, and that's
My
it.
question is why you put the Potter under this pressure in the first place.
Potter's under pressure anyway. That's just the way.
I mean, he manages Chelsea, bro. You're gonna get
Right.
offered
I
big
know.
players.
Why?
Last
Why?
super chat. Declared says same people that were open for Neymar aren't for Mbappe. They both tick the same boxes. Great players and bad egos.
I heard that
That's
Neymar
Ronaldo
is
and
false
Mbappe.
though. I heard that.
Yeah, that's Alex right there. That's
I
Yeah,
Alex.
but
wanna
we have
know.
Neymar's dad.
I didn't
Logo.
want Neymar and I didn't
Yeah,
want
you did.
Mbappe.
Yeah, you did want Neymar.
I wouldn't
Fuck
mind
you.
Neymar.
No, I'm gonna pull that shit up. Hold on. I'm gonna pull that
Clip
shit
it.
up. Don't
Clip
worry.
it. Clip.
Don't put
You
your
gonna
lie on
catch
my
it in your
name.
DMs. I got you. You gonna see that joke.
I actually would take Neymar.
Yeah,
we
I'd
got
rather,
Thiago Silva,
if
bro.
it's Mbappe or Neymar, I'll take Neymar.
He's less of a less. If it's possible, less of an ego.
That's the
I heard
craziest
Neymar's
part,
actually
because
good in this.
Neymar is not even going to play for half the season. That's the
He's played.
funniest part.
Has he? How many? Has he
That's
missed a
why
lot
we're
of
having
games yet?
Cuckoo.
Has he missed a lot of games yet? Have you
This
seen? What are
year?
you talking about?
I don't think
Have
he's
you
missed
seen his
any games
career?
this year.
Have you seen his career? Just be
I can't
patient.
go back in the
Just be
future
patient.
and
Just be patient. Be patient. Just watch.
Patient.
Promise you, come
Patient for
February
what?
time, he's not there. Promise you.
Patient for what?
For Neymar's injury.
Injury.
We're still waiting for Dembele's injuries in Barcelona.
And Haaland.
I've never said anything bad about Dembele. I've never said anything bad
Man,
about him.
what a player! What a player!
Yeah, I've never said nothing bad about him.
Tell you the truth, I don't want nobody. I just want somebody that the young player that we can actually to go to the progress that we're building. I don't want to jeopardize. If we yes, you motherfucker just been talking for past hour arguing with us, and now you're saying yes. You ain't jumping on that ship.
Yes. Listen, because if we get Leao, I'm not gonna be mad. If we get Mbappe, I'm gonna be even happier. Like, why am I? It's at the end of the day, it's still gonna be an upgrade. Like, at the end of the day, though, like, for anyone saying this is not good for the way that our club is progressing, we're looking for a left wing in the summer anyway. We're being connected with Chiesa again, with what's his name, with
No, we're not.
Leao.
That's a fake news.
Whatever. I'm just saying we're connected with left wingers. I'm saying we're being connected. I'm saying we're being connected with left wingers, and Mbappe is a left winger. So for the prototype for our team, he would fit. But it's just the ego. That's it. And I personally believe that a new situation would at least calm it down for a year or two. At least calm it down. And I don't think it would ever blow up like this. Like, this was because they promised him things and they didn't follow up. So don't promise him things you won't follow up with. Like, why is that so hard? Don't lie to a person. That's not hard.
Why do
Yeah,
you all know?
If you pay me $1 million a week, hey, if you pay me $1 million a week, you can lie to me every day, dude. I don't give a shit. You can lie to me every day for $1 million a week, man.
They're currently paying him $1 million a week.
Seriously?
Are they not?
No, hold on a second. Why
Yeah,
are we?
currently.
The
Exactly.
question
Hold
is
on, hold
why
on.
is
So, hold on. Alex, real quick.
is the pay? Is this is the if it's true that we get what's his name Nkuku? If we already are done deal.
That's done deal, yeah.
For example, so a forward line as it is right now, is
Yeah,
that
it's
the
done.
majority
It'll
of
be signed before the World Cup.
No. I'm saying, is that the thing we should be concentrated? Another play over there without even looking at the midfield?
It's done.
He'll play as a cam. He'll play as a cam. He'll play as a cam. Yeah, he'll play as a cam.
We have Conte. We have Jorginho going on free. We have another players in the midfield that 7 feet tall that didn't even play a game that is about to leave. Why are we talking about Mbappe when we don't have midfielders?
And Kuku's a midfielder. He's playing in camp.
No, the answer's simple. Bowley
And
wants
Kuku is midfielder, right?
Yes.
Somebody hit him in the head.
What? No. And Kuku plays centrally, but he's not a midfielder.
As a cam. I'm saying as a cam.
Yeah, like he'll play as a 10 or as a false 9 or something. But he's talking about.
But he plays on the left. He plays on the opposite side from Timo Werner.
No. He can
he plays
play
kind of in behind.
He plays his best
but he's not a
in the
midfielder.
central areas.
No, he
In the
plays
central
better as
area.
a
Not
cam.
midfield, not that deep. Like a 10, false 9, that sort of area.
For us, he'll
that's what I'm
play
saying.
more in like a 10 role, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
is
is
where
that not a
we would
midfield?
like.
But do we?
Am I
do we
tripping?
play
Is a
him?
cam not a midfielder anymore? Like, what happened?
No,
I
but
don't
when
know.
you said
Maybe he was
you said
under 8 years
midfielder-
old.
You said midfielder after he was talking about Kante and Jorginho, which made it sound like you were talking about deeper midfield.
No, he said
no,
he was
he-
midfielder.
I said
He
was
said,
a cam.
and Kuku is midfielder.
A
Yeah,
cam.
he's thinking of
A
Cam and then
central
like
attacking
an
midfielder.
attacking midfielder.
Well, what the fuck is going on? Alex, it's English, bro. Come on.
And Kuku's versatile.
Thank you for that, dude. But yeah, Mbappe's simple. Bowley wants a superstar signing. It was initially meant to be Ronaldo. Now we're potentially looking at Mbappe because an opportunity might present itself. That's the reason why we're going in for him.
I would say for me, the only way I would take him is if he's able to cancel his current contract and we're able to get him for a reasonable fee. And
What's reasonable?
Struggling is crazy.
I mean, I'd pay 100. I'd pay 100 for him.
100 is nothing.
What's that?
100 in a player. I'd try and put something.
100 million is cheap for Mbappe.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, well, that's the only way I would pay for him.
That's beyond. That wouldn't be.
What are you talking about, Bellingham?
No,
Bellingham don't solve our midfield issues.
Oh, you would
by the
pay
way.
100 mil for Mbappe?
That's as high as I'd go, I think.
Newcastle would, the ones.
Well, I think most teams would at that price, but like that's as high as I personally would go for him to make it work in our team.
3-year deal, 100 mil, that'll be fine. No more 5 years, 3 years max for Mbappe.
If Mbappe goes, it's probably for at least more than what Neymar went for.
No,
I'd be surprised if
it doesn't matter which player it is. If Mbappe is coming, he needs to sign 6-year deal like the rest of them.
Well, that's another issue PSG have is because they only signed him to like a 2+1 or like they don't really have a ton of leverage. He just can be like, dude, I'll just play out this last year and leave. Like he's still young enough to do that. Like
he's 24.
You definitely want him locked up so you control his future. Like that's the key there. You need to have control over what happens with him.
So we could do a Hazard and sell him for a lot.
Let me ask you: is the Bellingham is the one of those shiny? Would you consider Bellingham as the shiny signings?
No,
he won't sell that many shirts. No. He won't blow up the club on social media as much as like an Mbappe.
Bellingham isn't a superstar
yet.
That's
what I'm
more
trying to
like
figure out.
Okay,
I don't think even Haaland came to City as like a.
Yeah, it's because he scored lots of goals.
No. Like,
Haaland,
we go back to shirt sales. City sold in 2 months more than they sold all of last season, just off Haaland's name.
Well, let's be honest. Who else on City's team are you buying their kit? Let's be honest. There's not a lot of. No one wants a Bernardo jersey or nobody. Maybe Kevin.
But that's what being a superstar name pushes you up.
No one's buying Phil Foden. No one's buying Phil Foden kits at City. They barely go to the games there.
Well, you don't think
I didn't say Bellingham will solve all our midfield problems.
Listen, if you're talking about Bellingham as a player, like in our team, I think he fits beautifully into the team.
The way people keep talking about the ball, wants to look for some shiny signing. Is the Bellingham will be considered as the shiny signing?
No.
I think so. I
don't think he's just shiny sign. I think he's a good player, but he's not like a.
He's not remotely worth
polished.
Why are we even talking about that?
Do what?
He's not worth 100 mil. Like not even.
Yeah, I agree with Dan. I don't think he's worth that price for sure.
It depends on the market. It doesn't matter how much.
But the market says there are other players just like him that we can buy for much less.
Like who? Who are on his level?
Rice.
On his level.
What? Man said Rice.
It's different players.
I didn't say Rice. I'm thinking what Daniel said.
Neymar's better than him. Neymar's better than him.
Who? Bellingham. What?
This guy's meaty.
Neymar.
Neymar.
Better than Bellingham.
Neymar.
Position wise.
But that's two different positions.
Neymar from Leipzig, bro. He's better than him.
I say
Calcedo would be a great option. I feel like we get.
I like that. What's his name? Inter Milan.
Even Lavia.
Alex, you spitting. You spitting.
I spit on you.
You're not gonna sign it.
Pause, bro. Why? Pause.
Because you've been making me crazy, man, and now you're jumping on my train.
Yo, you guys have been.
Alex, you be talking like you're the leader of like
fucking.
I don't think Barella leaves. He's not. He doesn't strike me as the guy to leave Italy.
Yeah.
Yo, Inter's max fiction, bro. That last play of the game was match
between Inter and Juve and AC Milan. That's just going to be his career, just like the rest of them.
No question.
Money laundering.
He's one of those dudes who likes to sit on his balcony and look at the Amalfi Coast or some shit like that. He ain't going anywhere.
And sit down and see Lukaku and Pizzeria.
That's the Rossi, man. We tried to sign the Rossi for how many years? He never wanted to.
Look at even Naningol and Raja. We tried to sign him for like 2 years, and he was like, I like to smoke cigarettes on my balcony in Rome, dude. I'm not going anywhere.
He said, fuck that. Fuck it.
Yeah.
He's not coming,
it's just different. Like, I like Jude Bellingham's game. Like, I agree with Dan 100%. He's definitely not a 100 million player. That's like a Dortmund thing where they're just like, that's how we value our guys. We overvalue them because people will pay for him. But I think you can find cheaper options that do have a similar game that maybe fit better into your team. But I love Bellingham's game. I just think for that price, no chance.
Yeah, I think he's a good player, but I don't think
How
he's
much do you
so,
think?
like we need.
Hold on, Josh.
DM.
Josh, what would you consider like someone like Bellingham?
At his age, like a young midfielder who gets in the box, scores goals, like.
But also has the ability to do everything else.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
At an exceptional rate, like that's very rare. Like
it's not an exceptional rate. His goal scoring is below average. His assistant is average.
My guy. He plays as, but he's always been an 8. Like he's not like
yeah, he's a number 8.
Like a Frank Lampard role. Like you get what I'm
anything.
saying? No, he's very exceptional at not losing the ball. That is one very rare trait that not a lot of people have, bro.
No, he's not. You see him play
His
for England.
exceptional rate at not moving the ball.
Not losing the ball. Ball retention. That bullshit again.
Ball retention. His ball retention is good. His ball progression is good as well.
Balls,
his
Alex.
progressive carries are elite. Like I'm saying, like it's not like he's an everyday kind of player. Like
I tell you what, De Jong
rare.
is. I still will
He's
go
a
for De
center
Jong.
mid, just like a lot of other center mid.
Yeah, Barca might be in the mud, so
nothing special.
De Jong for life.
So listen.
De Jong's gonna have another year of them trying to force him out. Let's see if he
hear me out real
they
quick.
could have
So
went out
future,
yesterday, man.
For the future, we're gonna be looking.
They'll go out next round.
For the future, we're gonna be looking for for midfielders that can play in a 2, right?
Yeah.
So for that, we're gonna need more complete
could be a 2,
midfielders,
could
right?
be a 3, could be a 2.
Get me Caicedo, man.
I'll say right now, I think obviously, I think a player that they absolutely will go for this summer, and the most recent scouting signing, I think bolsters that even more, is Lavia. I think they love the guy. I think their analytics tell him like this is the perfect kind of guy to play in our team. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they go back in for Lavia in the summer.
I mean, why not Caicedo? Why not Caicedo? He played for Brighton.
Premier League football though.
For 50 million is ridiculous though.
But why?
It's cheaper than 100.
50 million is absurd though. Like,
but you're comfortable with the 100.
Yeah.
No. I never said I was comfortable for 100. I just said he is a golden boy signing. I never said I was comfortable.
Not though. You saying he's a golden boy signing is kind of back in the 100.
And aren't we hiring the guy who scouted him? Lavia.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Yeah, Lavia has he's not even played 20 PL matches.
You can find, even like when he came to that, you could find other DMs.
Yeah, why are we going for Caicedo?
It's not that
because it's lazy journalism, and he plays for Brighton.
There's an easy connection there with Potter. That's basically why.
It's like
not a bad player, but like if you can get like these are guys that you can get, and like maybe that like I still think in this market like 50 is relatively cheap in this market. So like 30 to 50 for a midfielder that is familiar with the system, familiar with the league, like it's not a horrendous price in my opinion. Like.
I said it wouldn't cost 50. I think Lavia would probably cost us 50, but
yeah. I would think Caicedo would be more like the 30. Caicedo probably more like the 30-35 range.
Yeah, Lavia has a 40 million buyback from.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah.
So if we give him, we would have to pay them 50-55.
Yeah.
Take him early.
That's horrible business. That's horrible.
How is that horrible business?
Oh my God! Hold on a second.
Our other choice is paying 100 million for Bellingham.
Daniel.
Dortmund is not going to take less than 100 million. We know how they operate.
Okay,
look,
Latvia has not.
J-Cam, how you can say it's a horrible business when you live on your mama allowances? How? How you can tell me? Do you even have a job?
Jay, put it this way.
Why do you need to talk about my mom or me, bro? Shut up,
Jay, put it this way. Would you rather have
big up Lewis?
Big up deals, big up
everyone.
Later deals.
Take care, bro.
Jay, would you rather have Caicedo and Lavia for say 85 million or one Bellingham for 100?
No, obviously the 2 players, isn't it? 2 players
for like 20-25 million less. Like
obviously it's 2 players. It's 2 players.
Hello, you got to break it down.
That's still two different needs in the team too. One is a bit more attacking, one's a bit more defensive.
Yeah, definitely 2 players. Yeah.
So that's where my head's at. Like I do think Jude Bellingham is a good player, but nowhere near that either.
You guys know me. Listen, if you truly ask me what I would do, I know we're going to spend. That's why I'm giving you options of spending and spending smart. But if you don't want to spend, I will actually develop the 2 center mids we spent 40 million pounds on in the fucking summer. They're the same age.
Yeah.
Like I would rather like get somebody who's a little more experienced and just develop those guys. Like,
yeah, I agree. That's why I think he's
you
not
pay a
playing
lot of money for them.
Zachariah. I think he wants to play Chukwuemeka more. That's why he's not
Exactly.
playing. That's what I think.
Chukwuemeka,
he's focusing on the
Kasadai, over the
younger
next
player,
2
no?
years, I'd rather because again, I like Lavia.
But there are players as well, Daniel. They're already
Lavia is
old
18. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
So,
look, wait, would you be
Kasadai is
fine
19.
with
So it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, they're
Would you be
both.
fine with
They're,
spending?
go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, Josh, let's go.
No.
Josh and
Yeah,
Jack.
no, I think
Go on.
I think Dan's right. Like if you can, and to me, like that's maybe why I would just get Lavia, and then you have those 3 guys. They're all 18, 19 years old, and you can build a beautiful core like for the next few years with those 3 players. Like Carney clearly is in the plans. Like he's already with the first team. He's already getting minutes. Casady maybe just needs a little more time to bed because he's coming from a different country. So that's what they're doing with him, playing in the youth league, in the youth system. He's looked good. He's scored, I think, 2 or 3 goals already this year. What's it?
He's playing well. Him and
Yeah. So that's what I say. I think he's scored like 3 goals already as an midfielder.
Lavia playing at?
Southampton.
Oh yeah.
Scored against us.
It might listen to someone like Kasadai,
I
right?
wonder what, dude.
We
I'm
might
bad
have to
with
loan
names.
Kasadai next year.
Get off my dick.
Yeah.
I'm bad with names.
Yeah, I think Casady will get kind of the Carney treatment that this year, that next year. So like they gave him a year.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
But
if
hold on, real quick, Daniel, real quick.
Would you guys be happier with spending 50 million on Lavia if he hasn't even played 15 PL matches?
No.
Then pay 100 for who that never played for Premier League?
Bro, I don't
said at
think
the end of the
Bellingham's
season,
100
so
as
he
well.
would have played more than 15 by that point.
Yeah.
But even
And
then,
Jude, while Jude has played in England, has played exactly 0 Premier League games too, I believe. I'm not sure.
Yes, but he has played against Premier League opponents in the FA Cup, EFL Cup, so it's not nothing new to him. It's not nothing new to him. Let's be perfectly honest. This is nothing new to him. When Jude comes here, there is no betting to be done. He is going to fill in right in.
He's been needing these games. Why we?
Bro, can you hold on? Hold on. Hold on. 2 points, Daniel. 2 points. First and foremost, how much did Dortmund sell Haaland for?
His release clause.
Well, that's a release clause issue, Dag.
So whatever you were saying about Bellingham getting 100 or whatever, all Bellingham has to do is sign a longer contract with a release clause in it, and that's what they do.
You should negotiate
That's what they
for him
do.
because I'm pretty sure Sancho didn't do that, and they still have to pay 80 million.
Yeah.
Yes. 80 million is still not more than 100.
And let's not get it twisted.
Hold on.
Hold on. 1 sec. Let me another point.
For Sancho, and they got 80 for Sancho. If they're asking for 100 for him, they're going to get 100. We offered 100.
No, they were asking for 150.
We offered 120 for Haaland.
They were asking for 150 for Sancho.
Each other off. It would be great. Please.
Go ahead. All right. They were asking for 150 for Sancho. They were asking for 120. They were asking for 100. They brought it all the way down to 80. That's how it works. They put it at 100 now, and it's going to work down. Hold on. Real quick. Another point. Now, we were just saying Casady is having a good season by scoring 3 goals. Jude Bellingham, who we just said is having an all-right season, has scored 5 goals.
Casady hasn't even played for us.
Hold on. I'm just comparing a person, two players that play in the same position. It doesn't matter.
In different stages of their development.
It doesn't matter.
How?
It doesn't matter.
Because Casady even started the first team game, even in Serie A.
Can I finish my
the
point?
professional match.
Can I finish my point?
I think he means.
Can I finish my point?
Wait. Let him finish his point.
We said he's having a good season because he scored 3 goals up to this point. I'm saying Jude Bellingham has scored in every single Champions League game this season, and they said he's having an all-right season in the same position as an 8. I'm just saying, how is that? What's the word? How is that fair? How is one having a good season but one's having an all-right season?
Because the standards of which we're judging a JV player.
He's in the Champions League.
Hold on, let me finish talking. We let you finish. The standards where we're judging a JV player that we said is going to go on loan next year is different to what we mean by good for a player we're going to spend 100 mil on or 80 mil on or whatever the high fucking price is. There's different standards for us to spend those types of money. We're not spending 100 mil on Kasadai. He's going on loan next year.
Hold on. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. He has scored in every single Champions League game. What more do you want him to do? What more could you possibly want him to do? Please tell me what more could he possibly do. You want a hat trick every single game from an 8?
I wasn't even asking for goals. Why are you telling me about the goals that he scored?
You see, bro, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here.
Get the hell where?
How does that
You
make
mentioned
sense?
goals.
How does that make sense?
Why are we talking about goals, actually?
Because
Why?
we're talking about the performance.
Yeah, but
We're
performances
talking
are
about his
more than just
performance.
goals, especially
We're
when you're a
saying a player.
midfielder.
We're saying a player is not worth. We're saying a player isn't
It's like
worth
saying
his
Kovacic
price,
ain't good
even
enough
though
'cause he
he's
don't
backing
score.
it up. We're saying a player isn't worth his price, even though he's backing it up.
But you're only looking at goals.
I'm not. I know his whole performance, but you're
You only
saying
brought up goals in
you
the
watched all the
Champions League.
Dortmund
I'm bringing up goals
I was
because
watching
that
Chelsea.
was what was.
I don't know how you played.
I brought up goals. I brought up goals specifically. Because that was what we said is giving Casade a good season. That's the only. That's the only reason I brought.
I
up
don't
goals.
remember that.
Wait, who even brought in Casade? He hasn't even come off the bench.
We were
bro.
talking about the Lavia,
That's the
but
whole point I was. That's the whole point I made.
He means Caicedo from Brighton, not
No,
the Italian kid.
no. I'm talking about our literal the Caicedo we're talking about from our youth league.
What?
Again, so why are you comparing a
I
youth
don't
league
understand
player
that.
to a
I don't
Bundesliga starter?
I'm not comparing them. I'm comparing how we're judging a good season. Am I speaking a different language here?
yeah.
Hey, Dags.
Yes.
Hey, Dags, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Hey, take it easy, all right?
No, because you're
What
making
state are you from?
You're making
What part of
comparisons
America?
on players with completely different
He
developments.
said he's in America.
In
We're
completely
not blaming
different
him.
stages, in
You're
completely
not even
different
American,
levels.
Alex.
You're comparing
What the
someone
hell?
playing in the youth league who hasn't started a first-team professional
JKM,
game
go get
for
the money
any
allowance.
club, and
Get
you're
yourself a
comparing him to a
lollipop.
regular
Grandpa.
Bundesliga
Get yourself a
star.
lollipop.
That is
Let me-
not what I'm doing at all.
Fuck,
That's
grandpa.
not what I'm doing at all.
Let me just say the
Dags,
reason.
that's a bad
Because
comparison.
y'all aren't hearing me.
Oh,
Like, y'all literally have not heard a single point I've made. I'm
We try
comparing
to
him
not, but you keep talking
I'm
and talking and talking.
because you're just not listening. Because y'all
Because
just
we
aren't
try not
listening.
to.
Can I please explain
Go
it
on,
so that
go
y'all
on,
can
go on.
understand?
Let's try and figure this out. Go on.
Caicedo is playing in his level, you would say right now, right?
Yeah, he's a youth player.
He's in youth. He's a youth player, and he's playing in the youth league. So he's playing in his level. So
Wait,
for him
how old
having
is he,
a
Dax?
good season, he is 18, playing against other 18-year-olds.
If he was that good, he would be playing in a higher level.
No, I'm
Yes.
saying it's okay for him to be playing in that level. It's perfectly
No, it's
fine.
not. How many 18-year-olds have you seen play in the full?
Yeah, Deck is right.
The main team.
Dude, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I understand.
No, there's a
that
big
he's
no. What you don't understand is that there's a massive jump from under 18s to open age first team football. There's a massive jump there, right?
So what
And
do
he
you
hasn't
think
even done that
Please
yet.
tell me about it.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're talking about someone in a youth team, right?
Can I?
And trying to
I
compare
think I can clear this up. I think I can clear this up.
Caicedo is playing good.
Josh,
Okay,
please.
hold on.
The reason. Let me clear it up. Let me just clear it up real quick.
Everyone stop, Josh.
The reason I brought up Casady and Dan and I were talking about Casady is because we were talking about Lavia, and we were saying like there's a clear direction from the club when you have a guy like Carney who's 18.
I understand
You have a guy
that.
like
I
Casady who's
understand.
18, and you have a guy like Lavia who you could bring in who's also 18, and now you have a really strong three core for down the road. Like I think Casady next year will go on a loan or something like that and play in maybe the championship or maybe a low level Premier League team.
Or if
I don't
he's
think he's
good,
ready
he
to
can
jump to
break for the
Chelsea.
first league. Or if
He could
he's
probably
good,
go like the thing like with Bellingham is he went to a club like Dortmund, which is essentially, no offense to Dortmund, that's like a youth club that plays in Germany. like they buy guys who are young to play them to do exactly what they're doing with Bellingham, make it look, build him up, and then sell him for 100 mil. Like obviously it's a higher level than our Premier League 2 team, but Chelsea just develop players differently than Dortmund do. Dortmund have the luxury because they play in Germany and they'll never win the league, at least not in the last decade, to play young guys and then sell them. So like I only brought up Casady because he is in that group with Carney and a potential Lavia as a future midfield 3. That's
So
it.
You
Not
have
comparing
completely-
Casady, not
I
comparing
understand
Casady
that.
to Bellingham as a
You
player.
have completely misunderstood everything that I have said. You have completely misunderstood every
Thanks.
single
Go
word
back to
that I
the
have
start.
understood.
Go back to the start.
I will.
Go back to
End
the
the stream.
start.
Because y'all are
the
laughing
examples and the points you're trying to make is convoluted now. You've gone down the bad comparisons.
Let me make it make sense.
Everyone's forgetting the actual point you're actually trying to make.
Let me make my point.
What's his point?
You said, hold on. It's not that hard. It's not real quick. I'm gonna just run it down. Okay. We said that Caicedo is having a good season at his level. At his level,
don't worry about Caicedo. I'm talking about before that.
That's the point. That is the whole point. The whole point is that Caicedo is having a good level, a good season at his level, in the youth level. And they said that Bellingham is not having that good of a season at his level. But I'm saying that's not fair.
No, it's on you because
Caicedo at his level. Hold on. I'm saying Caicedo at his level is doing good. Fine. But we can't say that Bellingham is not doing good at his level. He is scoring in every single game. How is he not doing good? How does that make sense?
Back to bringing goals into this. Like,
no. Is 100 million good?
Yes. Well, what do you mean by 100 million? What do you mean by 100 million good?
Is he worth 100 million?
Is it worth 100
million?
million?
No, he's not worth 100 million. No, he's not worth 100 million.
Thank you.
I know what he's worth. He's worth like 70 million. He's worth like 70 million. I know what I will be willing to pay.
We agree with you then.
I understand that. That's why I'm saying y'all misunderstand. That's why
I feel that he will go for $1 million though.
But
I just think there's too much clubs for him.
I just don't think Dortmund sell on cheap.
People just refuse to listen.
Yeah, but Alex, they don't have to. I think there's going to be too many clubs in for him that price is going to reach.
So let him go.
Yeah. So I don't know what you guys. I mean, some people talk in the sense of like there's a set price or something. The more demand, the age, depending how many midfielder options are in that market.
No, I think the whole thing started when Dan said that Bellingham doesn't have a good season. And we are talking about the guy from Italy at the moment, but he thought that we're talking about the wrong Italian that's on our team. That's what misunderstood. Because me and Daniel were talking about the Italian midfielders, and he thought that we're talking about the Chelsea youth midfielder, Italian. But we aren't talking about that one. We're talking about the different midfielder that scored goals. That's what we were talking about. But I didn't want to go in because it's like a freaking... see if Chihuahua is gonna bite you again when you do something. It's like it's non-stop. So I was quiet and let it go. And 30 minutes later, we're still talking about this. I'm trying to see if
Alex, you're still wrong. But okay, just move on.
Yeah,
I
know. Wrong.
I know.
No. Seriously, because
it's just how you compare the wrong player.
No. Listen, I'm not gonna keep on moving. Like I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna just say like once you go back and watch it back, you're gonna feel really stupid. Like I'm just saying, like,
that's fine.
That's it. Just
it's fine. It's not the first time I felt stupid.
That's all right. Is the Mbappe combo over? I wanted to try.
I'm not saying I like yesterday. Like yesterday with Dildo Excel. I was completely out of my depth with the goalkeeper argument. Dildo Excel was actually right. But I ain't gonna admit it to his face. Fuck him.
He's gonna clip this.
So petty. But yeah, I saw. So you guys all agree that Caicedo isn't on Jude Bellingham's level, or anyone?
Yes, that was never compared. That was never compared. It was never compared. It was never compared.
I still think he'll score more goals though.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Declared. What were you gonna say, bro? Sorry about that.
I mean, I'm not sure if you touched on at the start because I tuned in a bit late. But do you guys think that Bowley would, if Mbappe was on the market,
that it's possible.
Actually go for it?
It's possible.
Okay, Josh.
Yeah, because when you think the other options, I think Chelsea, Bayern, and Madrid are the most realistic options. Everything else,
I think Madrid is not. I think Madrid is pissed off at him.
So do I, but I think if he comes back on the market, Perez would be shameless and U-turn back. If the opportunity,
I don't think they sell him to Madrid though.
But then that probably means only Bayern and Chelsea to me, because no Italian club or French club would go in for him.
Well, he said Liverpool. He said Liverpool in conversation.
Would Liverpool be able to afford him though?
Arsenal is in the conversation.
Arsenal's not. Don't say Arsenal, man.
Yeah, Igal tweeted, "Would you take Mbappe?" That means that. Who
would Mbappe take Arsenal?
The guy's a clown, man.
He wants. He wants to win
Well,
the Champions
you know-
League. I want to go Arsenal.
It was for
I
me that,
don't see
that hard on that
big.
realistic
Arsenal
odds.
not big
Nowhere
enough
else
to get-
really.
to get
that
Bellingham.
hard on that ball he had for Ronaldo. I think he really wants that big name.
Mhm.
I feel like he'll go for it.
I actually think, if anything, Ronaldo has more chances of coming to Chelsea on loan at January than Mbappe.
Really?
I'm not saying I
Yeah.
want any of them. I'm just saying the chances. If I will have $100 and like put on one of those transfer, I think Ronaldo has more chances coming to Chelsea than Mbappe.
Makes
have
more sense.
Aubameyang.
Ronaldo wants to leave. He isn't starting.
Do you understand what I said? You freak. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying if it happens, I think it's more chances from Ronaldo join Chelsea than Mbappe in January.
Facts.
None of them are gonna
Yeah.
come.
I
Yeah,
doubt it.
yeah, we agree.
No, but J. Kim just said, but Ronaldo does not fit in our team.
No,
I
that
did
one.
not say that. I did not say
That's
that.
a whole different argument.
Fuck.
I don't know who
did not
said that.
say
I don't
Now
know.
clip your ass,
Rewinding. He's rewinding.
Yo, hold on, real quick. Real quick.
Ronaldo going back.
Yeah, quick question. What's the rule about how if you play in one Champions League team, you can't play for another? Is it in the knockout stages or is it
I
is
think
it
it's
the whole
changed
season?
any
The whole
any
season?
game.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
then
you
no
can-
one's coming in January. No one's.
Ronaldo,
maybe
he plays in
Ronaldo.
Europa.
Anyway.
Yeah, maybe
PSG wanna
Ronaldo,
win
but
the
not
Champions
Mbappe.
That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah,
Ronaldo still has a chance, I don't think Mbappe
Yeah,
is.
you're right. Yeah.
I'm always right, bitch.
Wasn't,
Sorry, it's just
but wasn't
it's
Ronaldo's-
just a good sentence. Sorry, dog. Sorry. It's just
reflex.
Hey, wasn't Ronaldo's move really based around playing in the Champions League and coming in January? You know, that's knockouts. He's not going to get those games.
United would happily get rid of him. It's a completely different situation. It's way more likely.
fact.
Plus,
Yeah,
Mbappe
I'm just wondering
isn't
if
going
he
in
would
January.
leave.
There's
Even-
enough time between now and the end of the season for things to potentially get better there, and he might not even leave.
Even the managers, I think the manager, like what's his name, Ted Lasso, whatever his name is, said that he can leave.
His name's
I think
Full
he's done.
Hall.
Yeah, Ronaldo's.
Oh fuck! Never mind. I'm bad with names. All right, let's cook.
yeah.
Let's cook that little
Oh,
freak.
you-
I'm rewinding it.
Oh my god! All right, cool. We'll see. Jacob, you might as well just admit to it. Anyone else got anything on Mbappe, or if they think Casady would be a better option for us long term than Bellingham, or what's everyone saying?
Yeah, I was going to say we got now a manager with, you know, what was it, emotional intelligence. The guy's got the degree to get that ego in check.
Yeah,
so why not?
part of the
Why not
therapist.
get the player in there?
He'll get Mbappe into his office, tell him to lie down on a sofa, and just explain how he's feeling. They'll discuss it together. And he'll come
What
out
happened to
feeling.
you when you were 5 years old?
And then actually not. Oh no, I was gonna say he was a Chelsea fan. I don't even know if he was a Chelsea fan. That's what.
Well,
That's. What. But we'll see.
Jake can
We'll
know.
see. I don't know how likely is Mbappe even leaves, but if he leaves, Chelsea could be an option. It's up there. I think he's more likely than any other club in England. The only other one I can see that comes close is if United make top 4. Then maybe.
Liverpool.
Why Liverpool, Alex? I think Liverpool, the way
I
they
think
are
it's
now,
just too much for Liverpool. I think it's too much.
Bellingham, they're not getting. Same.
Isn't FSG stingy as
Will
fuck?
Klopp be there? Proper.
It won't
I
matter
think
what
they're stingy on wages, not so much transfers. Sometimes they're willing to pay that big.
Yeah, I
fee,
mean,
but
yeah, they
wages
almost lost Salah over what was it, 400 or 300K?
They got Charlie James.
They'd be getting even more. They'd be spending even more on Mbappe.
They probably won't do it.
Yeah, I think it'd be very unlikely. Very unlikely. That's why City, they have Haaland. Plus, I don't think Pep likes that sort of character.
No,
United
they're
would have to make top 4. I would
Yeah.
be very surprised and kind of disappointed in Mbappe if he went to Arsenal or Spurs. So at least just leave Chelsea. Just leave
North
Chelsea.
London.
And anyway, who's seen Mbappe in a Tottenham shirt? Didn't he laugh when someone told him to join them?
You know, people were saying Barca. That'd be funny as shit.
Barca?
Broken
Barcelona for Mbappe.
That'd be funny. Yeah, they just sell the rest of their levers.
That is so unreal. No.
If that happens, Barcelona will go extinct.
Camp Nou for sale.
Yeah, the rest of their levers will be pulled.
But yeah, Barca can't afford it. Madrid could. And Atletico, yeah, that's not happening. So it just leaves Bayern, Madrid, Chelsea.
Juve.
Oh,
No, it's
how you really sitting in 10.
They're in the fucking mud. That shit is hilarious.
That's proper
Charlie
in the
James,
mud.
pick up yourself for the super chat, my friend. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the content as well.
You know who you need? You need to get that one Juventus fan that's popping on TikTok on the stream, bro. That dude is fucking hilarious.
Who?
Which one? What's his name?
It's Juventus Fan TV on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious.
Never heard of them.
Bro, no, it's one dude. It's hilarious. Just watch it.
It would be good if we played them, but
Just watch him. It's hilarious, bro. That shit's so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, we're forgetting Newcastle. I still think they need to be in the Champions League first before that happens, but it's
And
not
that's
out of
totally
the realm
possible.
of possibility. They're that fucking rich that they could do it, but I do still think they need Champions League football before something like that would happen.
And
But
then we can
talk about
take. And then we
fucking
can take
statement
St.
signing if
Maximin.
they got him.
And then
That would be fucking crazy. Didn't even deep it. Newcastle is a very big underdog, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Very.
Oh
unlikely.
shit! Griezmann's FP or football manager shit's gonna come true.
What?
How?
Remember the little thing? It was trending a couple years ago when the France team Griezmann had Mbappe in Newcastle on his football manager. And then he was like, it's not really sunny there, is it? And he said, nah, I wouldn't be there.
Can I have attention, please?
Go on.
Listen to J Cam's voice.
Put on one of those transfer. I think Ronaldo has more chances coming to Chelsea than Mbappe.
Makes no sense. Ronaldo wants to
You hear him?
No, you said something else. You said something
No.
else. Bro. You said something
I'll clip
else.
it later. It's my phone.
What was he even saying? I completely forgot now.
It wasn't fit. We have Aubameyang. I was like, it's not about
I never said
Aubameyang.
that. Why you lying? Why you lying? I just said we had a Aubameyang. Why are you putting other words into my mouth? Why are you lying for?
You said we have Aubameyang. I was saying between Mbappe and Ronaldo.
Nice. Well, you want a cookie now?
Yeah, I have it.
Well done. Bro, well done.
I know.
Congrats, bro.
Don't lie to me
can't be
no
on a
more.
high road after you.
Oh, fucking hell. Man said you want a cookie. I can't be Right, we went through Zakaria likely going back, I think. Did we speak about that?
Man, that shit is sad as hell, bro.
Something goes.
That shit is so sad, bro.
They
done
did
ruined
worse
their
than
dream.
Sal. At least Sal got a few starts here and there.
Innit?
I know, right? At least let him try.
Not even off the bench. It's peak. It's fucking peak.
Like, not even garbage minutes. Like, where's the Carabao
Khalid,
Cup when you need
солдат
it?
ребенка не обидит.
Okay. But yeah, Zakaria's likely going back in January, which is a shame, but I'm not going to lose any sleep about it. It just is what it is.
Anybody still want to go for that PSG Mexican guy?
Nah, I'm good.
Mexico?
I'll take Alvarez.
Not PSG, fuck. Ajax.
Oh.
Alvarez. Yeah. I'd still go for him.
Well, he got smashed by Napoli the other day, man.
He's kind of dead this season.
He looked great.
No, but
against Napoli.
Ajax are blaming I'm looking at Ajax's subreddit. They're all blaming their manager. They're saying the manager's a fucking dope, playing
Yeah,
players
they
out
wanna
of
sack him.
position, poor in-game management, and all sorts.
Sounds like
They don't think
Katrina
it's a
Brand.
player issue. The only player I've seen them go after is Danny Blins because he's washed.
He's sounding like a certain manager.
Moyo, you're right, Moyo. That's the new generations. That's why I'm.
Like, if you want to know how clubs feel about certain players, how certain fan bases do, check their subreddits on Reddit. It's the one place I go to for all research on like new transfers and stuff because you got a bunch of different forums with like different fan bases. They're all talking about their players. From the sounds of Ajax, it's a managerial issue. I don't think it's a player issue. So I'm holding my reservation on Alvarez just yet.
Well, my
where
friend
do you
Khalid said that he would have changed him versus Rice.
Who, Alvarez?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He's much
I don't
cheaper.
know.
Do you guys think we could finish second this season?
No.
Depends on a lot of different factors. It's way too early to tell.
How do
Right
you-
now, just want to
Second, third, same thing.
Based on
Because
in a good
I
position
think
right now,
the
we
most
can win it.
important. Yeah, the most important part is the fact that Man City still haven't gone on their 17, 15, 16 game unbeaten run. So once that happens, that's when
swear
it
they ain't
really
lost
starts to
yet.
settle.
Yeah, they drew one game against Villa.
Wow, they're unbeaten already.
Yeah, once it gets to double digits, that's when it starts to get dodgy.
Like, that'll be next game, bro. It's 9 games played in the league.
Yep.
Don't worry, City's got this league title, bro. I ain't worried about Arsenal or any sorts of shit. When they drop off, that's it. It's done out.
Who let City get Haaland? Honestly, how?
Yeah, that's weird to have.
How's it?
Do you know how many clubs were in for Haaland? I bet you probably we were in there too. Everyone threw their hat in the ring.
How's
Just that he picked City.
To be honest, I think it was probably Man United that fumbled the biggest bag.
There was plenty. Well, who was linked with him in the summer? I'm not even too sure. We were too busy waiting for Bowley to take over the club.
Man United could have had him like 3 years ago.
Lewis, what do you think it's gonna take for a club to knock Man City off the top? Because right now, bro,
It's going to take at least a window or two.
Bro, it's gonna take Haaland to get his legs broken by a crazy.
No, I know how. If we can give him Kai Havertz and he play for
No, they'll win Champions League.
or Mount.
Yeah, that might actually.
Like, don't hate on Mount, bro.
I did see Man City's name in the hat for Havertz as well. Bayern, Madrid, and City, even though it's the least likely of the three.
Give City to Chilaban and then we'll be alright. Honestly, that's all, man.
That was Norwich
We
City.
not go one stream without
dead. Yeah, no, that was dead. That was actually so dead.
I had to. It wasn't a joke.
Why did
I was
you
being
have
dead ass. I was being real. Give City Tuchel. They do not win the UCL. The Prem. I'm not joking.
But they win the UCL.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Bro, give
Jay,
me that.
because
City
you
team
said it,
that'll
I
win
actually
the
believe
Premier
it would
League.
happen more.
Anyone will win
what
the
do you
league.
mean?
That team
Oh,
does
Tuchel's
itself.
going to England. Tuchel's going to England, fam.
That's good for him.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, England would be better off with Tuchel.
Right now, bro. Right now.
Big fucking
Still playing
fat.
terrorism football, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, terrorize the World
That
Cup.
terrorism football wins trophies, man.
Yeah. How many though?
He
At
could have
least
won
3
two.
for us.
He could have won an FA
Tuchel
Cup.
never
and-
even had this terrorism tag until he came to Chelsea. Just deep that.
Bro, you were watching Chelsea. How many months before we played a match? It was gonna be dead.
It was terrible, but
Bro's acting like we were trash.
Wasn't even that he was overly defensive. It was that we played way too safely. That's
And
the
our players
hindsight
couldn't
game from
finish their
Graham
chances.
Potter. Yeah, no, but that's
But
just in general. That's in
but the
general.
players
Like,
are
that hasn't
finishing
changed.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean,
Like, the
players
problem is we
finished
just
chan-
played
like,
safe
let's-
football, and
No,
I don't
yeah,
think
let's
Tuchel
be
had enough
perfectly
faith in
real.
those attackers.
Let's be perfectly real though. If our players finish their chances, he'd still be here. Like,
I know. I don't think so.
Yeah, and he's gonna have a Hurricane, Sterling, and that
If our
team.
players-
The only unhappy
score
one is gonna
penalties.
be Mount because he's gonna keep yelling him on the sidelines.
Oh yeah.
See them angry eyes again. So
And
mad.
angry eyes.
Bro, do you
that's
see
gonna be
what
funny.
Khalif said?
Imagine he benches him.
Khalif said, "Should we bid 100 million for Rodri?"
If we bid what? No, Rodri would never get sold to another English club. No reason for City to do that at all.
I think City also, they're like, we made a mistake this year selling to Arsenal. Let's not do this ever again. Let's not sell our good players.
They did that to soften them up. They'll come back in a year or two for Saka or something and be like, see how we
You're right. That's actually a good trade.
Plus, that little Arteta and Pep little fucking love.
If Tuchel goes to England national, I put $500 on that team.
France are
World
winning.
Cup.
France still winning the World
money
Cup.
on that too.
France still winning it, man.
Nah,
France
Brazil's
ain't
winning
gonna
it, man.
do it. No.
Uncle Thiago.
I'm backing Argentina for this one.
Yeah, it's
France
gonna
are
be
winning it.
between that and Argentina. But no,
Argentina!
If Tuchel does not get a
Portugal's
job,
okay.
I think Argentina is gonna go to the distance. I'm never.
France are
It's
winning it,
always
man.
too early to say which one, but Argentina is going to distance.
It's
And
Brazil.
it's always a
How
Cinderella
about
story.
Portugal?
What?
Portugal might go, dark horses. They're dark horses, bro.
They all dark horses.
horses.
The Portuguese.
Denmark, anyone?
That's true. Oi, Danish Maldini.
Denmark.
What Portugal have is probably easy as a not bad route. They can actually go.
Yeah, but
in.
they kind of they have a good team, but
no, I mean Alex, the teams they verse, they can make it to like semis.
Diverse. Why are we Gen Z now?
No, they verse. Who they verse?
Diverse.
Just for it, bro.
Anyway, I think
Let's go to the
actually
replay.
what's his name? I think it's a good shout for Argentina. Really good coach, really good team.
France,
And
will
finally not going for the individual playing around Messi. They actually playing. They have, I think. But if Tuchel, I'll put $500 on England World Cup.
England's like 7-1, 8-1 to win the World Cup.
Who's
And
the favourite?
Brazil's the favorite, and they're
OG
3-1.
farted.
Who's
100%
second
OG farted.
Can't do it from your.
Or
can't
open
make
his
that sound.
mouth. Something came out of it.
Take. Oh, he's gone. Yeah. Is he gone? Yeah, he has already.
Well, yeah, everyone in the chat saying Brazil's gonna win it, Lewis. You can see that Brazil.
Fabrizio dropped a new video about us.
Oh, great. What did he say about us that we kind of already knew?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna watch the video, but I'll see if anyone said anything on Twitter.
Khalib, do you have a Twitter account?
No. Uploads about I thought it was Chiesa Chelsea news. Let me just type in Fabrizio Chelsea.
How you can smell a fart for the scream?
Don't see anything. I haven't seen anything new. If you guys hear anything from there, let me know.
Could be on
but-
the YouTube. Could be on the YouTube. Fabrizio has his own YouTube channel.
Smell-o-vision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that what people meant? His little news thing.
Yeah.
He drops.
By the way, anyway, what about that that TV show that
What
all
does it
about
involve?
us,
Yeah, I know
nothing
that.
about us? What's the fuck the name of the TV show that football Arsenal did?
All or nothing. Yes, we're getting
or
one.
Nothing.
I hope we get one.
I kind of don't want to.
I don't
Why,
want to too.
man? Why not declare, bro?
I know the money. The money is good. The money is good.
I just
1
think
million
that
a
the
week,
way
1
we're
million
trying
a
to
week. Yes. The
in-
problem
in
is
that high, in the media and that how we're
I'm
perceived,
Russian.
I think
I don't like laundry to be. I don't like be public stuff.
no, but I think they'll make us
I
look
do my
worse.
shit
Like in the
behind the
Arsenal
closed
one, they
doors.
propped up Arteta so much.
Yeah,
And,
they'll pop up.
They made him
pop
look
up.
good. Yeah, they did it like they did
I
it well. And,
totally can
and I can
see
see
a-
him doing propping up Papa.
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah.
but
I see
think,
Bolo doing it because he is such a
100%.
Hollywood person.
Exactly.
Yes, especially if he buys Mbappe, he needs the extra money too.
KGB
Wow.
confirmed. Exactly. That's how
He knows Jeffrey
Hey,
Bezos.
Mbappe and cameras, boy, he's gonna do some work there.
Boy. No,
I
but
think
yeah,
Mbappe
man,
snaps
I'm
some
looking
people.
forward
But
to
it's
it.
not gonna be. It's not gonna be next year. So it's probably gonna. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna be in 2 years minimum.
Okay,
Because I
then.
think we already agree on the next one. I think. And
Who's
I don't.
doing the next one?
What's the name? I think is one of the.
Newcastle.
Yeah, we're trying to get Newcastle, and there's a stopping block, anti-human rights thing. We try to see, not
For the World Cup?
for no, not before the World Cup. It's
No,
not
For
gonna-
the World
it-
Cup?
It's not going to be before the World Cup. We have to agree before shooting. How did we start shooting in the beginning of the season?
No. I thought the human rights was for the
No,
when they're
Saudi
setting up
has
the
their
World
own
Cup.
human rights problem.
So does Qatar.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
But what I'm saying is the reason why Newcastle has done really want to because of human rights. Doesn't have nothing to do with the World Cup. They want to do it on their own, but they want to make sure that human rights thing does not involve in that shooting. It's not going to be this season no matter what, because they have to be pre-agreed from the summer, so they can shoot in the summer transfer window. It could be if they will stop. That means the Chelsea could be available if Newcastle will say no. But I don't
No,
see why
but-
not. I don't see why not, because Arsenal, at the end, Arsenal was the one that did the editing thing, approved. So
Yeah.
On top of that, yeah, every all
Are
or
they
nothing
filming one
season.
now at a club?
No, nothing this year.
Oh, felt like
Yeah,
every season they were going to do
but
one.
every team that does it, they do bad that season. Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham with Mourinho, even Arsenal last season. And the next season,
They
they
with
do
Man
well.
City, man.
Fabrizio
City
said
won nothing
accept
when he done it.
50 mil for Lavia.
No, they won the league when they did
No,
it.
no, I'm sure they
Yeah.
didn't win it that season, bro.
No, they won it. That's why it was so boring, because it was just
Wow.
Man City winning. It was boring. Then you
By the
watch
way,
Tottenham, and it was just a disaster. It was great.
Whoever said that they want Barcelona to do it, you don't, because that's
Oh,
$1 million
that'll be
a
the
week.
best one. That'll be the
No,
best one, though.
that will give him $1 million a week money.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'll bring them out the gutter.
By the way, what a man! That Rafinha. Oh, I was yesterday. The meltdown on the bench from Rafinha was best thing ever.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That Barca car crash is gonna be good food.
I wish they lost it.
Ah, it
And they're
doesn't
gonna go
matter.
bankrupt next year. Drop about 290 levers. Force Frank out for another year.
How many will take?
Try and snipe him. Maybe get AC back on a free. You never know. You never know.
Plenty of You notice, yeah, no one's talking about the Catalonian movement no more. It was a big thing, innit? We wanted independence. Now that boss is terrible.
Yeah, that was around 2018. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know what happened with that, but
Spain told them ban it, man.
That's political stuff. I'm keeping away from all of that. I see a lot of people talking about Lavia Chelsea. I'll wait to I'll see what Fabrizio says, and we'll make that tomorrow's stream and everything. That's content sorted for then. But until then, we'll probably wrap up here. Has been a very, very entertaining stream. I didn't think we'd go on for that long about Mbappe, but it's been good. It's been good. Big up everyone that's locked in. As always, smash the like.
I will
and
take
subscribe
AC
button.
back easy.
Big
Same.
fucking fact immediately. The polls ended with 55% saying yes to Mbappe, so it is very, very tight. But not surprised by that. But yeah, big up everyone. Like, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. And as always, up the Chelsea.